I'm seeking the kingdom, what is you after? Praying on the daily, make the blessings come faster. Reading red letters, had to learn from the master. I eat cornbread, never cared for a cracker. I'm in the truth, ain't nothing like these rappers. I'm trying to figure out what's your go-to a raptor. Get torn up in pieces while I'm choked up in laughter. Step up in the booth and every mic start to shatter. That Bible in my pocket treated like a dagger. While most chatter come from those who don't even matter. We don't want to hear that small talk from a big ass dog with no teeth. All bark, ordained in the Lord. You can see it in my walk. Getting my brothers off of drugs like I'm Mr. Clark. If iron sharpen iron, then my name is Tony Stark. And every doctrine I touch gets outlined in chalk. Where I'm from to survive, you had to have heart. Back when after school we watched 106 in Park. And had to be in the house before it gets dark, or your mama would beat you and leave you with a mark. The sweetest memories can cause emotions to spark. Speaking of spark, I've been lit since I walked out the dark. How could a whole race not even know who they are? They honor God with their lips, but their heart is real far away from them. Father God, I pray for them. Them demons getting done like a fish. I'm filleting them, forgive them for their ignorance. Please don't do away with them. I'm praying that your Holy Spirit will always stay with them, but it won't, cause many called, but few are chosen. Show no emotion when haters start to cause a commotion. The Christian church, they all gone off melatonin. That mean they sleep cause they Bible never gets open. We ain't healed as a people, but we still coping. We face oppression every day, but we still hoping the Lord come back and he crack that sky wide open and bring that fire that's gonna leave Babylon smoking. Yeah, so I ain't wasting time voting. On the corner every week, holding camp posted. Eating on scripture so my spirit keep growing. I pray I'm in the kingdom for the gates start closing. I get the spirit in that feeling where I have to preach. I put a type of scriptures that'll make your pastor flee. Tell them stay at home, Israelites talk is cheap. I sow a seed and gather fruit when it's time to reap. Yeah, hey, skin black like Jesus, ordained as a fetus, prophesying to the most high, told the truth when most lie, keep a Bible real close by, now let it bang like GoldenEye, that's 007, all my bros going to heaven, getting ready for the wedding. Revelation chapter 19, light shining like high beams, make you squint like Chinese. Wish the devil would try me. Got so many angels by me. Scriptures flowing through my IV. I'm an Israelite, check my ID.
Check my ID and my passport. It's high speed on my dashboard. You wanna find me? I'm moving fast forward. Cause behind me is a crash course. Who am I? I'm from the Judah tribe. For the 12 tribes, it do or die. Vocab, you a hater. We the real Jews, you faker. When Christ come, he gon' chase you. Or at night bombs, then bake you. If Christ don't chase you, the bombs, the bake you, the Savior's gon' enslave you. Yeah. We saving you for our succession. All praises for the blessings. Vocab gon' be a possession. Ha ha. I hope his heels hurt from the field work. And his overseer be a real jerk. His bones now is he feel thirst. Now all nations gonna live cursed. After Israel is revealed first. Check my ID, I ain't playing. All nations gonna reveal earth.
Skin black like Jesus, ordained as a fetus, prophesying for the most high, told the truth when most lie, keep a Bible real close by, now let it bang like GoldenEye, that's 007, all my bros going to heaven, getting ready for the wedding. Revelation chapter 19, light shining like high beams, make you squint like Chinese. Wish the devil would try me. Got so many angels by me. Scriptures flowing through my IV. I'm an Israelite, check my ID. Yeah, we on every block in the nation. I'm a real Israelite, ain't no faking. You can see that it's written, it's blatant. Check my identification. I walk in my faith, I'm mistaken. I ain't like that old name, so I changed it. I'm seeing their faces, they hate it. Whoa, whoa. Back on it. Bet you we putting the facts on it. Christ coming back, he look black on it. This kingdom gon' crumble, there's cracks on it. Ugh. They don't wanna see the prophecies when they come to pass, and they bow the knee. Every living thing gon' praise the Lord, the black Messiah, the King of Kings. Skin black like Jesus, ordained as the fetus, prophesying for the most high, told the truth when most lie. Keep a Bible real close by. Bang, bang, GoldenEye, that's 007. All my bros going to heaven, getting ready for the wedding. In Revelation chapter 19, light shining, high beams, make you squint. Chinese, wish the devil would try me. Got so many angels by me. Scriptures flowing through my IV. I'm an Israelite, check my ID.
Excuse me, love, I need to make a quick announcement. Holding mighties high in the sky. If you really bad at this Grecian, then it's invalid. Only Israel gets acknowledged. If you really the salt of the earth, and then why in the hell reflect on your ID? bump that shit, I don't think you believe. Top of the mountain, I'm lifting the banner. I'm ready to die because Christ is my king. Never go find him on E. Didn't abandon the flee. I'm taking advantage when others can't manage. I guess it's the lion in me. I gotta eat. Beef, it ain't made for sheep. It ain't what you think. It ain't sweet. It ain't came to be. Through chillin' and gain and sleep. Think you deep? We gon' blaze these streets. Multiple days of the week. We ain't weak. We don't take defeats. We killing the villain, the beast. Out here flipping through pages. Found out he blacker than me. Threw away the new King James and that NIV. Stop it if you in your feelings. Man, you better face the east. Boy, my name been changed. Gonna try me. Check my ID.
Yeah. Okay, everything I aim to do, I aim to make the devil hate it. Everything I'm going through is mainly cause I'm melanated. I've been elevated ever since I started meditating through the word of God. That's the only way I'd ever make it. Last night, you was in that bed sleeping like a baby. Last night, I was in them scriptures getting educated. Flipping through them Bible pages, sins getting amputated. Repented with a vengeance, leaving every demon agitated. Look, I noticed that this rap game is saturated, full of whack rappers whose lives is too exaggerated. Everybody can't be a killer, we know you fabricated. Everything I'm rapping is real, ain't no imagination. Yahweh put me on this mission, so I'm obligated to strangle every doctrine as a prophet. I'm too dominating. Pastors in the church getting rich off of their congregation. I'm here to put a stop to that let's call it constipation. Damn, I kept it real when everyone was bogus. I keep it flowing, every ball water like the ocean. My spirit quick to follow every word the Bible quoted. My faith led the way I could do this here blindfolded. Let's take back what they have stolen. Our land and identity was stolen by some roaches. Repent or die is the slogan. Only few could be chosen. Me and Satan had a fight. Only one of us left swollen. My rib love me for my chocolate skin. No kind of whitewashing could make me hate the flesh I'm in. I keep the scriptures like it's part of my religion. So I stay ready when Satan come up here tripping in. Too authentic to follow behind the latest trends. Cause the Johnsons and Joneses could make you overspin. My vision vivid, the wicked could never comprehend. I kick a demon in his head like I'm Donnie Yen. Yeah, that's an Ip Man bar. As a rapper, I ain't really trying to get that far. Cause a lot of these rappers gay and I ain't with that, boy. So think twice before you try me, better sit back, boy. Hey, cause I don't play unless it's sword play. Keep your spirit right with God, any day could be your day. When you come to serve the Lord, be ready for more hate. I spread the gospel, you spread gossip, we don't correlate.
Turn that bass up, Ace.
Yeah, my light, big bright. They don't like me, but it's alright. Won't say it to my face, they'll backbite. Hell, they even did it to the Lord Christ. So I'ma take it on the chin like a fist fight. They don't wanna follow God, they won't get right. You gon' get yours soon, just sit tight. And you ain't getting no help like a hitchhike. I'm waiting on the fire, let it ignite. It's about to get ugly like a Hittite. Spurred off on the devil with a swift right. Yeah, he was lights out like midnight. When I'm holding on the Bible, got it grip tight. Fridge is hanging off the garment, fit just right. Pull up to your church, I just might. And everybody in the church get cut right. Cause they don't know nothing about the gospel. Your pastor been telling them lies. He taking your money, his sermon is awful. We been sent forth like apostles. We bringing the peace when it's hostile. We prophesying to them dry bones, breathing life into the fossils. Switch it up. I call my brothers on the phone, but we don't speak enough. I'm living by the word of God, I gotta eat it up. I put the scriptures aside, you won't cut your preacher up. They see the problem with Sodom, but they ain't speaking up. The water rising, that's wisdom, but they ain't keeping up. I'm in the streets with the killers trying to clean them up. They've been enslaved by the devil, I'm trying to free them up. Yeah. Hold up. Damn. Cause I got a problem with Sodom. I know that the devil, he coming to get you. So soon as I spot him, I got him. Bah! They thinking they something when they ain't nothing. We know that they going to the bottom. The nerve of these heathen, they conjure up evil. We know that the Lord is gonna stop them. Damn. A lot of these haters is big man. A lot of these haters is big man. Yeah. Big man. Yeah. My light, big bright. They don't like me, but it's alright. Won't say it to my face, they'll backbite. Hell, they even did it to the Lord Christ. So I'ma take it on the chin like a fist fight. They don't wanna follow God, they won't get right. You gon' get yours soon, just sit tight. And you ain't getting no help like a hitchhike. Book bag, know I keep a good Bible in my book bag. Going down to the foot, that's good swag. All these haters trying hard to make us look bad, but they ain't doing nothing.
We're running their mouth like piranhas. We chopping it down like E Honda. We all in the court like a Honda. They live in their lungs like a llama. Get rid of the snakes and the cunning. We don't give a damn. It's a Kuna Matata. More stripes than the umpire. We are the diamonds. You ran into giants and you gonna die. I'm about to go in. I don't need no damn comma. More ball than a hockey mask. I am not knowing. My brother is Christ and he changes his stature. The form of contraction I am to a mortal. You cannot stop if you try to stop it. Just harden your heart. Let us take off like rockets. The guys in the building so everyone silence. No dragonfly on the drop bones you are hiding. Corona can't stop us. We bringing it out. Most High gonna show you what chess is about. Now he took the apple and moved it along. Purple rain in the clubhouse. The clubhouse is ours. Big bright, big bright.
You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so boy, you better. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so boy, you better. Cause the profits hitting now. Yeah. You better. Hey, bring that out. Cause the profits hitting now. See hanging on the corner, see hanging on the streets. Some brother run up on you, someday you never see. I got that Bible on me, don't need no gun. You got them questions, I get it like everyone. Looking like I come for war, even when I come in peace. 3 times I prayed to the Lord, 3 times I turn to these. Pop out to the club, sipping on that cup. Everything you do, I done did and I gave it up. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. Cause the profits hitting now. You better. Hey, bring that out. Cause the profits hitting now. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. Cause the profits hitting now. You better. Hey, bring that out. Cause the profits hitting now. So you think you a man, cause you pushing them drugs, while I'm taking care of my family and showing them love. And you thinking you high, well I'm thinking you not. Cause what really makes you a man is keeping the laws of God. Wait a minute, let me tell you the truth. Life and death is set before you, what you gon' do. And if you wanna get them demons from above you, and I suggest you start repenting, man. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs up on the corners, but the profits here, so you better. Cause the profits hitting now. Profits here, yeah. You better, man. Cause the profits hitting now. We the saviors of the
Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. My name is Captain Joel, and today's Man Up Monday. Hey, how's the sound, brothers and sisters? How's the sound? Just making sure we're good. Making sure we're good. How's the sound? Can we all hear? Can we all hear? Before we start, we have a new mic, so Lord willing, we've been hearing you guys saying that the sound's been a little bit low, so we want to see if it's any changes this week. Let me know. Make sure you like and share, brothers and sisters. Make sure you like and share. Get those likes up. Get those shares up. Get those likes up. They say a little low. Let's see. How about now? Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the shares up. Likes and shares up. Still low? Just bring it up. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. How about now? How about now? Better? Okay, all praises. All right, so today we got a little feedback. Turn the speakers down a little bit.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Hey, so let's get those likes and shares up. So today's segment, or today's class of Men of Money, and we're going to do something different from what we normally do every week. But today's class is the sting of death and the undisciplined nation. Today's class, once again, is the sting of death and the undisciplined nation. But, like I said, we're going to be introducing a new segment to Men Up Monday at the beginning of the classes, and it's called Level Up. Level Up Monday. Can we play the intro so we give the people just a little taste of the new segment that we're going to have going forward? And we're going to explain what this new segment is about. Cue. Okay. Give me some nice little soft introduction music as I speak. You know, you gotta set the stage sometimes. You know, you gotta have your. Right. I don't got a glass of wine, but you gotta make it look good. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get on my Kevin. Right. But hey, so we got my okay. So yes. So today on Level Up, we're gonna discuss on Level Up on Men on Mondays. We're gonna go over. You have any issues with your husband? You see that your husband is missing certain masculine characteristics that you see that the Bible possesses, and you have a question. Or brothers, you need help with your spouse. You see that your spouse is troubling you. You have questions. How do you deal with your wife? Or wife, how do you deal with your husband? Are you having issues with your kids? So on Level Up Monday, we're going to level up. And we're going to level up, brothers and sisters. So any questions you have, you're going to send your questions to iuic.newjersey@israelunite.org. Any questions that you have, we're going to answer the first segment, the beginning segment of Men Up Monday. So iuic.newjersey.org. Send your questions if you want your questions answered next week. We're going to start Level Up next week. All right, brothers and sisters. So you want questions answered about marriage, about parenting, self-improvement. If you want questions answered about proven process, what to do, how to better yourself, how to level up, self-discipline. All these questions will be answered at the beginning of Man Up Monday, which is the Level Up segment. All right, brothers and sisters? All right. But we're going to get back into it now. So I have to break characteristics for a little bit. So sending your questions, brothers and sisters, sending your questions to Level Up. So the IUIC.newjersey, IUIC.newjersey. We're going to begin the segment of the class with answering questions. Any questions that you have concerning marriage, going to parenting, going to dealing with your kids, going into proving somebody, dealing with your spouse, your husband, or your wife. Send in your questions, all right? So let's start class. We're going to start with Genesis chapter 2, verse 23. Now. So, Genesis 2, verse 23. So the condition of the battle, we must understand, living in this flesh, there's a condition of the battle when fighting our fleshly temptations or the thoughts that we have every day. And you notice how your thoughts start to become your personality traits as well as your characteristics, and it rules our actions that we take. So you got to understand the nature of a man, and a woman has to understand her nature in order to properly fight this battle. Let's start with Genesis chapter 2, verse 23.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 23. Mm-hmm. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man."
Notice it says, Adam said, "This shall be bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. And she shall be called woman." Why? Because she was taken out of man. Sisters today, in today's society, in 2024, we're so advanced as a people. They say this is 2024. We're not living in the past. We're not living in biblical days, Bible days. All right, if that's the case, I think if something worked in the past, why not use it for the present? Because obviously it's not working for our nation when you look at the black community or when you look at the black family, the numbers, the statistics, it doesn't match up with the things that we're saying are coming out of our mouth. 80% of women born, or 80% of women single, or 80% single parented household, 80% of children being born out of wedlock. What type of life is that? Read it again.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone.
Adam said, and Adam understood, and most men today understand as well. When we look at a woman, he said, that's bone of my bone, that's my flesh. And men today, men are trying to fight for the woman. They're trying to get the women to understand. You have a movement called Passport Bros. It's not so much that they want to go outside of the country and deal with other women from these countries, because sisters would say, oh, you want a woman that listens, that just answers all of your demands. We want to say, what man doesn't want a woman to listen? That's like saying, I want a child that listens to me. How does that sound? Right. When you say a man wants a woman that listens to him. But imagine a mother saying, I want a child that listens to me. So you know what? Let me go outside the country to get a child or adopt a child that listens to me. The same things, sisters, that you want in your child, it's the same thing that a man wants in his wife. It's the same thing that a man is looking for in a wife, or the woman is looking for in a husband, for a husband to what? To be a protector, a provider. Go on.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
Mm-hmm.
She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of the man.
She was taken out of man. No matter how many different terminologies you try to say, you try to separate yourself from the man, or woman X, rather than say woman, because you understand that the word men is within woman, because woman was taken out of man. So you try to put an X between E so you could cancel out the men. If you don't need a man, sis, to survive, then go to an island. You see movies, cartoons. There's been successful experiments when it's done in the movies, like Xena, or what is that, Wonder Woman. If women don't need men, go on an island by yourself to see how long you survive, how long your race survives, and see how much you can reproduce. Go on.
Maybe there's an Isle of Lesbos
that
they can go to survive.
Yeah, exactly. Go on.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
Read on.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
And therefore shall a man leave father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Meaning one flesh, one spirit, under one agreement. Go on.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
Now people get stupid. When it says they were both naked, it's not so much that, what white television or the media, as well as the church system, portrays or pushes. Nakedness is not going into you being literally naked, butt naked, your behind out, your tits out, your body out, everything displaying. That's Leviticus 18 goes into that, not showing your nakedness. So they both being both naked. When you read the book of Genesis, chapter 1, 2, and 3, it's an allegory. The Bible speaks in parables, metaphors, similitudes, allegories. So it could give the story, or like, for example, it will have a representation of a tree or mention of fruit, but the tree and the fruit is actually literally, metaphorically speaking, about people. Fruit is going into the different actions, like the fruit of your doings. The actions, the attributes that one possesses, the characteristic traits, the personality flaws, or the personality traits. So there's different characteristics or fruits that one could possess. So when it says, read that part again, verse 25.
And they were both naked.
And they were both what?
Naked.
They were both naked. Can you get that real quick? What does it mean to be both naked?
Exodus chapter 32, verse 25. And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame.
Showing you that there's different terminologies when it comes to the word naked. It says Aaron made them naked to their what?
Unto their shame among their enemies.
So Aaron made them naked unto their shame amongst their enemies. Why? Because Aaron caused the nation to go off and sin. Now, when you go back to Genesis chapter 2, verse 25, or verse 25, when it says they were both naked, meaning They were born susceptible to sin and born in vanity. The fleshly body that Adam was created in, remember, Adam and Eve, when he was born, Adam didn't know evil. So Adam in his mind, only thing he knew was good, what God taught him. When it says, and God breathed in him the breath of life, the Most High gave him the Lord's statutes and commandments. So when it came to, when he says he was both naked, Adam didn't understand his own nature. He didn't understand that his body that he was born in was susceptible to sin as well as vanity. Give me Romans chapter 8, verse 21. Let's make sure we share. Let's make sure we share and comment. Make sure we share, Israel. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up.
The book of Romans. The book of Romans chapter 8, verse 21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption.
Verse 20.
Verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity.
So the creature was made subject to vanity. Can we get the word vanity just in case somebody doesn't understand what the word is going to? The creature was made subject to vanity. Vanity, to be vain.
Vanity.
Bring it up so the people can see.
Excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements.
So excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievement. Different similitudes.
Conceit. Conceitness. Self-conceit. Narcissism. Self-love. Self-admiration. Self-regard. Self-absorption. Self-obsession.
Know this going into? Putting yourself above God. Vanity, to be vain, to be conceited, to be into oneself, to put yourself over God's commandments, to worship yourself. That's why people have what is called birthdays. This is a superfluous society when you have men looking in the mirror, looking at themselves and putting more attention to themselves than they do to the household, than they do to the nation, than they do to the family. It's all about self-worship. Go on. Now let's go back.
Romans chapter 8, verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
So the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, meaning it wasn't of our own will. Adam didn't understand when Adam sinned. He didn't say, he says, yo, why are you hiding yourself? Because he says, because I was naked, meaning Adam was ashamed, or he didn't understand, or he couldn't comprehend or fully grasp the nature of what he did at that time because he didn't know. Imagine, think about it. Your first time you was introduced something for the first time and you felt that and you had that feeling, but didn't understand the consequences behind that. Meaning, like, anytime you're introduced to the sin, like when you first get drunk, and you say, wow, what is this? And then the shame of you being drunk. You might have got pulled over by the cops because you got drunk. The consequences of you being drunk, you getting pulled over, you got locked up. You might have slept with somebody that you don't even know, that you normally would never have dealt with. Or a sister slept with a man that she would never dealt with, or she got taken advantage of in that situation. The reaction to the action weighs on you. So Adam, he couldn't really comprehend the severity of his action of him disobeying or listening to his wife. Go on.
Not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered.
Read that part again.
Because the creature itself also.
By reason.
Yes, sir. By reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope.
All this was a plan of God. The reason why the Lord subjected man to vanity, but not willingly, it wasn't of Adam's will, because at man, it says man was made to be immortal. But within his flesh is all a plan of God for us to be tried within his flesh. This body is a vehicle for a test to see whether or not if we're worthy of the kingdom to come. Go on.
Verse 21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God.
So the creature itself shall also be delivered from the bondage of corruption, on this body. Come on.
For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Read on.
And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
So the Spirit that's within us is groaning and waiting for the redemption and adoption of a body. What body? Our spiritual body, our celestial body, our angelic body in the heavens. So the spirit that's within us is waiting, is earning for that desire to redeem our true nature. Because, you know, Esau would say that, or there's the saying that the angels fell from heaven. We are the angels. Even though, like I said, they teach it or they push the story in a mythological way, but we literally are the angels that fell from rulership onto this earth, because at one point in time, we were in paradise. We were living a life of immortality, but at the same time, we didn't understand the nature of our bodies being subject to what it was at the time period. That's why Adam, he went off. The Lord in us saw that perfect nature within us at that time. We didn't have a perfect heart. We didn't understand what sin was, or the introduction of what the levels of sin or the depths of Satan. Just like today. How do you think the black community will end up in the condition that is? When you look from, even if you go from slavery, you see thriving economic communities all over the place. When we have airports, we have churches, we have a thriving economic system, we had airplanes, we have banks, we had everything. And you look how far we fell to this day is because of sin. The sin that introduces us, it leads us to the conditions that we're in today. Sin, there's levels, and I'll say there's domino effects when you open those doors. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 3, verse 20.
2 Ezra chapter 3, verse 20. And yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, that thy law might bring forth fruit in them.
And God took us not away from us a wicked heart. That's being born naked, meaning subject to vanity, not willingly, but because it was always a plan of God. Go on to bring forth Christ. Read on.
For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed.
Notice how the Bible says, in Ezra's Nuda, it says, for the first Adam. Why would Ezra specify particularly the first Adam? Because Ezra saw in the prophecy, he understood visually that there was going to be a second Adam. And Paul understood that. That's why Paul says, in the first Adam sinned, but the second Adam. So Ezra, as well as Paul drew from Ezra. He understood that that first Adam that came was bearing a wicked heart. So that second Adam coming as Christ wouldn't.
For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed and was overcome. And so be all they
so
that
the first Adam bearing a wicked heart transgressed. That's the wicked heart is that sinful nature. So when it says Adam and Eve were naked, meaning they were susceptible, their bodies that they was born in, that the bodies that the Lord created at the time were susceptible to sin and vanity. Go on.
And was overcome.
And was what?
Overcome.
Adam was overcome when he listened to his wife. Because Adam wasn't deceived. It's the fact that Eve was the one deceived. Eve operated outside of the guidance of her husband, outside of the desire of wanting to learn from a husband and learn from another man. People will think that the serpent is actually talking about a snake. No, the serpent is a wicked, treacherous, cunning, crafty, deceitful man. So Eve decided to learn outside of the protection of a husband and learn from that man within the garden. And got deceived. And Adam, bearing the wicked heart, decided rather than correcting her, he listened to her. Why? Because of that wicked heart that Adam bare, that vanity, being subject to sin. And man's weakness started from Adam, and that's been the story of man all throughout mankind. Wars have been waged. Men have been locked up. Men have been in prison. Men have been killed. Men have robbed. Men have stolen from people. Men have done all types of things for a woman, showing you that the power and nature that a woman possesses and the weakness that's within a man, that wicked heart, that wicked seed that's within us. And you look at all the examples, everything that you see, all the problems of the world extends for what? Men and women, war. Men war for what? Domination, power. And they go to war, they kill, they destroy, they kill, they displace nations, they enslave, and they bring home the riches to who? Their woman. They bring home the riches. They drive the best cars. They wear the biggest chains, the biggest diamond rings, the best watches. For who? Not for to impress each other. Men do this all for one thing, and that's for the woman. A man could work his whole life. A man could work all day. And man, like I said, we don't need too many things to be comfortable. Right. We need a basic, like me, I'm very basic. I don't need too much. I don't need 1,000 shoes. I don't need, the best wear, the best product, the best gear, the best chains. Huh? The biggest wardrobe. I don't need that. I don't even need a house, to be honest. All I need is a studio bedroom, a bed, a TV, and I don't shoot a coat hanger, and I'm good.
That's right.
I don't need any of that. I just need a place to sleep and then go out to grind, and that's it. If a man could control his nature and be like Paul, but we weren't meant to be like Paul. We understand that we'll be able to teach or push this truth at a faster pace. But that's not the nature of man, and that's not how God created us. God says it's not good for a man to be alone. God created the nature of a man to always desire and want a woman. Even though Christ, like Paul had to constantly fast. And Paul spoke about the internal battles and trials that he had. Battle on concupiscence, lust, lasciviousness. Because it was always meant for a man to desire a woman. And you have these wicked, demonic, deceitful, pedophilic pastors or Catholic preach trying to push the narrative, saying, no, we don't marry. Or a nun saying, we're trying to follow after Mary with that false doctrine of Mary being a virgin, or the Catholic preach, trying to follow after the false doctrine of Peter never marrying. But the Christian church is the most pedophilic, sexually promiscuous institution ever created. No organization globally, worldwide, is known for child molestation like the Roman Catholic priests. But they try to practice abstinence, showing you that that's outside of nature. But behind it, if you look at the files, the records, or I remember I watched this documentary, and they showed what was happening in one of the Catholic churches or a Catholic school. They were running trades. The Catholic priests used to call the judge, the sheriff department, uncles, brothers, and they used to rape schoolgirls, teenage girls. They used to call them in the office and run trains on them, molest them, rape them, and this went on and on and on. And it got out. They would actually kill people to hide the truth. And they were running trains on these girls, and there's nothing they could do because nobody believed them. And anytime a girl got called to the office, they all looked at each other because they understood what was going to happen. There was an Edomite Catholic church. And the priest, it didn't come out until he was 90 years old, and he died. And he died with that secret. But shows you that the Catholic Church is the most diabolic institution of Satan ever created. Keep going.
Verse 21. For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed and was overcome. And so be all they that are born of him.
And so all they that are born of Adam, read.
That are born of him. Thus, infirmity was made permanent.
So everybody that's born of Adam bears the same wicked heart. Thus, infirmity is what?
Was made permanent.
Infirmity and weakness, meaning the infirmity is going into the weak nature, the weak flesh, the constant temptation, the thoughts that easily suppress the thoughts that constantly suppress and weigh down this body, the thoughts that control and take over as our actions. Go on.
And the law also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root, so that the good departed away and the evil abode still.
Even with the laws within our heart, the good departed away and the evil abode still. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 47 now. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 47.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment?
What profit is it for men today to live in heaviness? And what profit it of death after death to look for punishment? Imagine living your life day by day. Some people working 9 to 5, even to the extent some people working 14 hours a day, only never to see a check. To work your whole life, never to see a check, never to enjoy the fruit of your labors. Live life in wickedness and heaviness at the same time, but never attain the promise that you read about. Can you imagine that? Suffering one lifetime only to suffer in the next lifetime to come? Being a two-time loser? Go on.
Verse 48. O thou Adam.
Ezra says, "O thou Adam," read.
What hast thou done?
What did you do? Go on.
For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone.
And that shows you, when one man sins, there's a ripple effect. Your sin doesn't only affect you, but affects the people within the body. It affects your family. It affects your friends. There's a chain reaction. When a leader of the nation sinned, like, for example, not only when Adam sinned, it just didn't affect him. Meaning there was a cosmic, catastrophic, chain reaction that occurred after Adam transgressed. It's not something, meaning we think that, okay, Adam broke the law and that was it. No, you got to understand that I'm not going to go into that. The leadership's going to go into that. But you have to understand, Adam lived in paradise. And he was kicked out of paradise. It's not just like, he opened a door, he walked out of paradise. No, paradise and the earth was one and the same. Meaning you have the spiritual realm, where the third dimension was connected to the physical realm. It was all one dimension when we lived in paradise. So you got to understand, for the Lord to be able to separate the two, that's not just a simple thing to do. There has to be a catastrophic event that occurred, a catastrophic cosmic event that had to occur that separate the two dimensions from each other. That caused, and the scriptures called it worse than the time of the flood with Noah. The flood that pretty much wiped out everybody on this earth. You got to put yourself there and imagine what happened. And the conversation Adam had with Eve afterwards. Go on.
O thou Adam, what hast thou done? Mm-hmm. For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone.
Oh, what have you done? And we have to look. When we sin, it just doesn't affect us. King David, when he sinned, did it just affect him? No. It affected his sons. His son raped his daughter. Absalom killed the son. Absalom was killed. Later on, Absalom tried to take the kingdom. He had sex with all of David's concubines. And then afterwards, his son died. When we sin, it just doesn't affect us. That's why we can't be selfish when it comes to our fleshly temptation, our lust, our desires. You want to say something?
Yes, sir. I wanted to read you a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 10. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these.
Okay, you going to explain it?
Okay, so
that was the precept pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was the precept. So as was the flood in a time period of Noah, so was death until in the time period of Adam. So you got to look at the severity when you read the flood, how it killed everybody on earth. How many people died during that time period? Now go on.
Verse 49.
Mm-hmm.
For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us?
No, you know what? Look at the time period of Solomon. Solomon, with all the wisdom that he had, he still allowed his flesh to take control of him. All the knowledge, riches, and wealth, all the women that he could have had lawfully, Solomon still decided to operate outside of the laws, giving it to his fleshly temptation, giving it to the lust, allowing his thoughts to take over him. And I say in the leadership, it's funny how we go into it and we say that your lowly member below you has a mind of itself and actually controls your actions. You think about it, when those temptations or that bodily urge kicks in, all reason falls out the door. You could have been studying 4 chapters a day in the spirit. You woke up today, you say, you know what, I'm going to conquer the day. You know what? You put on your music, you woke up early, you went over the scriptures, and all it took is one button and it threw your whole day off. It was like a catastrophic cosmic effect that shifted your whole world in one instant. It took just one with a recoil. You was like, God damn. You said, shit. Next thing you know, you're like, damn. Your whole day's messed up. Now you at home, getting the lotion, setting up the candles. You in 3 or 4 screens. Close the blinds. Brothers calling you. You ignoring the calls. You know what you're doing is wicked, but it shows you the flesh, the desire, or how strong the temptation or the lust within his body, or the sinful nature that this body, how strong it is against our desire and willing to keep the commandments. You was going to say something?
Yes, sir. Going back to the point you had mentioned concerning King Solomon, because of the sins that King Solomon entertained, the things that he did, the idolatry, and also the woman that he committed sin with. The results of it was that the nation of Israel was split. We had the split that took place in 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 16. Okay, his son was called a fool of Israel. His son wasn't a profitable son. Okay, so things degraded after Solomon's sin. So that was the effect of it.
Exactly. Is that it? Go to verse 51.
Verse 51. And that there are laid
No,
up.
keep reading
Yes,
now.
sir.
Keep
Verse
reading
49.
now.
For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
What profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring forth death? Then we read the scriptures, we study it, and we work towards it, but what profit the works that we do? That's what Paul says. That what I do, I find I allow not, but what I do, that do I. But within me, there's no good, because why? That sinful nature, we try our best to keep the commandments, but that sinful nature that's within us, it causes us to give into the temptations of the desires or pleasures of the flesh. And it's like it's hard to kind of control it, because give me that real quick in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 22.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9.
Not 9. You know what I want. Come on.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind.
The corruptible body, the same nature that Adam that was subjected to vanity, but not willingly. It says, it presseth down the soul. Read on.
And the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that museth upon many things.
Read it again.
For the corruptible body presseth down the soul.
The corruptible body, meaning this body corrupts or presses down your true nature. Meaning the Lord, the spirit that was created within us was created to keep the commandments. Our whole purpose in life was to fear God and keep his commandments. But the corruptible body, meaning that wicked seed that was sown in us. What wicked seed? Lust, fornication, adultery, concupiscence, evil eye, hatred, guile, deceit. The corruptible body that presseth down the soul. The soul that was created within us was created to keep the commandments. That's why when it says, when Adam, he breathed with him the breath of life. When you're born, when you're a little kid, you're not really introduced. And it's like for example, when you're a kid, we said kissing that's ooh, ew, that's cooties. Or boys and girls, we said, oh, no, don't touch me. That's nasty. Oh, you're cooties. But as you grow older, the things that the world pushes, they push sex and your Disney, the subliminal messages, fornication, the music that you listen to, that corruptible, it plays and illuminates the spirits within us, the fleshly temptations that see the wickedness, and it illuminates the sin within us. And then after a while, it plays on our thoughts. It presses down the spirit within us that desire to keep God's commandments, because every child is born in its innocency. But it's corrupted by the world. It's corrupted by adults. You see with the Epstein case, a lot of these kids, they steal them, they rape them, they molest these kids. And what do you think how do you think these kids grow up? Like you have your Miley Cyrus, your Justin Biebers, your Disney stars. A lot of these children, like for example, I'll use Miley Cyrus for a perfect example. Look at Miley Cyrus. What was her name before Miley Cyrus? Hannah Montana. You see with the long hair, the Disney show, the innocency, the smile. Now look at her. You was gonna say something?
Yes, sir. When you look at America's sweetheart, what's her name? Taylor Swift. She started off as this innocent artist and everybody loves her. Now she's telling your young girls to embrace becoming a witch. Become a witch. Get into witchcraft. Embrace that side of life. That's what she's teaching your young children now.
Yep. So you look at the stages, how wickedness or sin is introduced and how it starts to expand and grow. So read it again.
For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
The earthly mind muses upon many things. If you were born in a secluded island, if you didn't see, think about it, if you saw nothing, the things that's introduced to your eyes plays on your soul. The things that's introduced to your ears leads to your spirit. And that's how it corrupts it. And Esau knows that. That's why the two mediums that he utilizes to affect us or to manipulate us is television. They television that they want our spirit to be able to reflect, as well as the music industry. Those are the two mediums that the white man uses and that he controls. That's why Amalek or Esau took control of those two industries, Hollywood as well as the music industries, because Hollywood plays on your eyes and the music industry plays on your ears. Get that real quick. Get me that in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Love not the world, neither the things that's in the world. Don't love the politics that the world practices. Don't love the different religions that they push. Don't love the social media or the social lifestyle that they keep on forcing upon us. Don't love the world, neither the things in the world, because they force things and try to normalize pedophilia. They normalize boyfriend and girlfriends, because prior to boyfriend and girlfriends, you look at the marriage rate, it was uncommon to a girl to come home pregnant. Now it's commonality. It's common. You see 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girls, because the love of the world or the things of the world has been pushed on us. Go on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes.
All that is in the world is a lust of the flesh. The world caters to your fleshly temptations. The world plays. You see all you see is a vessel. That's all you see. But the seed of wickedness plays on our fleshly, this temple that we have. That you see. If the Lord's to open up your eyes to see your temptation, all you'll see, remember, give me that real quick in Mark chapter 7, verse 21. If the Lord's to open up your eyes to your body to see the things within your flesh, you see all these things that's being listed. Go on.
Mark chapter 7, verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
From within your mind, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts. Go on.
Adultery.
So adultery, that's why it says the corruptible body was pressed down on the soul. Adam didn't understand his sinful nature. Neither do we understand a sinful nature from a youth. Because as a child, like I said, I'll use an example of Miley Cyrus. You look at her, how she transitioned from Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus. Rihanna, good girl turned bad.
She belongs to the streets.
You have Orlando Brown, how he states that how he was sexually molested to the man that he's right now talking about. I mean, you listen to the things that he's saying, the oosh squash, goosh gosh. And he said, damn, is this the young boy that was on That's So Raven? And what is another show, a child show that he was on? In his innocency, and you see these people take advantage of them, they exploit them, they sexually take advantage of them, they have sex, and they rape them, and they have the child sex ring within Hollywood when they like I said, they kidnap these children, and you wonder why there's so many children missing in Ohio. There's so many children missing in Maryland and Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia, some of your metropolitans. So, and you see it, and you're like, what happened? Because a lot of these children are being taken to be sex trafficked for a lot of these elites, these politicians, these monarchs. Secretly, I think these Hollywood stars, recently they just released a list I think right now 200 people on the Jeffrey Epstein list. They just released, and that's public documents. I think Bill Clinton's on the list. Who else is on the list? I didn't look at all the lists, but that's you was gonna say something. So that's not alleged. That's court documents that the FBI released for the public to see. All the people that was on the list on the Jeffrey Epstein logs, on the flight logs. And what do you think? In many celebrities, you see many pictures of people, and what do you think they're doing? And this guy was a no. Now, there's a tape that came out that's saying that he was a Mossad agent, and that he was set up particularly to set up politicians in Hollywood so that the Israeli government, that they could manipulate them and have these politicians within their pockets. Like I said, I don't know if that's the case, allegedly, but there could be some truth behind it. So we got to say allegedly unless it's completely proven. But they're not going to really prove that or put that out there like that. But that's allegedly, or that's the rumor that's going around. Go on.
Adultery. Fornication. Murders.
Come on.
Thefts.
Come on.
Covetousness
lies within our flesh. Go on.
Wickedness.
And notice how all these things start up as a thought and it becomes an action. How it becomes an action? You decide to use your body to be able to bring the things within internally and manifest it externally. Go on.
Wickedness,
go on.
Deceit,
read.
Lasciviousness,
evil sexual desire, go on.
An evil eye,
blasphemy,
pride, foolishness,
vanity, pride. A man was born in vanity. Foolishness, go on.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
All these evil things come from within your mind and defile the man. So we were originally created to keep God's commandments, but the body that we had presses down the soul that muses upon many things. And the way it muses upon many things and his body is illuminated because, like you said, you don't really use your body unless your body is introduced to a new idea. Get that? Go back to 1 John chapter 2, verse 16.
1 John chapter 2, verse 16.
It's like computer coding. And the white man understands that the computer is a representation of the human body. That's why they call it the body of the computer. Right. And within it, you have the motherboard. The motherboard represents the mind of the computer. And if you want to program it, if you want to put a program within it, the programmer will do what is called coding. And he will encode a program what he wants an application to run on so people could use. It's the same thing with us. This body is like a computer. And the white man understands psychology. Being a master of psychology, he understands how to encode or program and to manipulate us to operate on his program. And the way he does it is through the eyes as well as through the ears. Read that again, verse 16.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The lust of the flesh, go on.
And the lust of the eyes.
Everything in the world is the lust of the flesh. You think like, damn. They say that people think about sex every 3 seconds or so. The reason why we think about sex every 3 seconds, because you're always pushing sex every 3 seconds. You can't even watch a Disney Channel without them pushing something subliminally. Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, Toucan Sam. You think things that is so innocent, and you say, wait a minute, why do they have a rod of Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse, or them Aladdin whispering something in Genie's ear, or with Lion King, you have Lee slapping Simba in the behind. All these in a white man, and you ask yourself a question, how does the white man know to put subliminal messages, things that's not naked to the eye, but things that speaks to the spirit? The white man knows science, goes to witchcraft, wizardry, enchantments. Satan opened up his mind to be able to know how to communicate to the spirit, how to manipulate the soul. Satan or the white man understands these things because daddy taught him. How does one put a commercial on McDonald's so that if you slow things down, you can pause it and see it, but if it's playing, you can't see it? And all of a sudden you're hungry, you think it's your own thought. That's why it says, Bishop Yalsa always says, the black man or people was made in America. We were made in America because America programs us and encodes us how he wants us to operate. We're the system that keeps, or we're the computer programs that keep this system operating. Keep going.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes.
And the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes. They speak to the eyes. They say the eyes is the window to the soul. You could look at a woman and entice her, or the woman could look at you and entice you just with the eyes alone. The power of the eyes. The things that you watch. Think about it. Pornography. What young child says, you know, when I grow up, I want to watch porn? Nobody. When you're young, it's weird, but now it's become normalized. And what Esau does is, it's called desensitization. He desensitizes you by pushing things or starting off small. They start off with soft porn, or they'll start off with, okay, you know what? Let me show a shoulder. You look at the Muslim countries, these Arab countries, these East Asian countries, Japan and stuff like that. You look at the eastern side of the hemisphere. We wore garments. The women wore, head coverings. They covered their face. They covered their bodies. Women, and it's because it's commonly known that the things of a woman's body is precious. A woman's body is enticing. The Lord made it that so that it could be attracted for a man to be able to procreate with a woman. If not, if the Lord did not make a woman's body beautiful, then would a man want to procreate? Shoot, you look at your wife's leg, you say, God damn, that leg looking like a piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? You look at that thing, you said, God, it's turning into a damn Popeye the Sailor Man. You know what I'm saying? But sorry about that. You know, I went to that place. But I went off for a second.
It goes to show, Cap, what you were saying about when you see certain things visually, it entices you. It puts certain spirits on you.
That's what I was talking about. So when you see things visually, it entices you. So it's called desensitization. When they desensitize your mental faculties, the things that you see. They started off in Hollywood. Women were dressed in dresses in Hollywood at one point in time. But they take off the dress. They introduce in I Love Lucy. Started introducing pants little by little. Then they lower the shoulders. So, okay, because a woman's shoulder could entice you. A woman's, the beginning part of a cleavage of a woman can entice you. These things are enticing. A woman's eye, all these things are lustful and alluring, and a white man understands the nature of the nature and the power of a woman and how she could manipulate and allure a man, to get a man, to control the man, to bend to a will. What do you think they do? You seen in the movie, what is it, Players? Not Players Come. What was it with Denzel Washington with the basketball game? The basketball movie. He Got Game. Remember the scene when he was looking at colleges and the school that one of the plots, I'll say one scene, when they're trying to get him to sign a deal, they had 2 Edomites in a room with him to entice him to sign a contract. Guess what? He went with that team because they understand the power and allurement of a woman, that a woman could actually control or change a man's decision, lifelong decisions. A man could have been saying, you know, I want to go to this school, and it's good education, good values, good teams. I like the coach. I like the environment. But the white man understands the nature of a man and his enticement. He says, you know what? Let me throw some white girls into that. Or you have the music industry. In order for you to sign a deal, they'll say, all right, you don't want to sign a deal? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to put you up in a hotel room. And you go in the hotel room, then you find the baddest chicks or a artist that I won't put no names out there because, like I said, we got to say allegedly. So they'll have artists that you always desired right at your hand. And then you know what? Because of that woman, it caused you to sign that contract when you normally wouldn't have signed it. You was going to say something?
Yes, sir. It's even heavy, even with advertisements. When you look at television and they're advertising products, it's always associated with some type of woman doing something sexually to entice you to buy. You see a Pepsi commercial. There's some woman in there enticing you to buy the Pepsi. Why? Because she's cleavage is showing. Some sexuality is in the advertisement. If it's a car commercial, some type of sexual activity is in there to entice you. So it goes back to what Cap was saying. Sex sells, and they use women to manipulate the minds of men to bend to what they're selling, what the product is. They control the minds of men like that.
Hey, let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those shares up, Israel. Let's get those likes and shares up. The number of the viewers should reflect, the likes should reflect the number of views. Let's get those likes up, brothers and sisters. All right, let's go to Romans chapter 7, verse 24 now. No, actually, get me 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. So show you the window to the soul is through the eyes as well as through the ears. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Actually, go to Ecclesiastes. That's what I want. Ecclesiastes. That's the scripture I wanted. Chapter 1, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 8.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 8. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing.
And that's why Hollywood, as well as the music industry, caters to your eyes as well as your ears. And it controls your thoughts, and your thoughts become your actions. And that's how we are at the place we are right now. That's what, and we tell you, brothers, like I said, make sure you control your mind and control the things that you're watching. If you know that a movie, a rated R movie, or a particular sex thing, you can handle it. You understand that you're weak in the flesh, but you still watching certain movies. You know the things that they're putting out there, but you still watch it. You're only setting yourself up thinking that you're strong enough to handle your flesh. No, you're not strong enough. That's why every day you go to the porn, you go to the computer, and you watch porn because you can't handle it. You don't have the control or the discipline yet to watch those movies when they put in sex scenes. Every movie is a sex scene. Every movie, they got to have somebody with the shirt off. For what? What reason? So that they can entice you, that they can weaken your mental faculties to get you to fall. Because sin is profitable. Sin is big business. Sin creates global empires. Sin keeps nations in rulership. Now go to Romans chapter 7, verse 24.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 24. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Paul understood it. O wretched man that I am. Don't you every day, you say, damn, you try to do good, but you understand, damn, this body that I try to do good, but I can't because it is flesh, the temptation, things that I would normally not do. And after you do something, that shame or that guilt comes on you. You say, damn, why did I do that? Why did I look at that? What's the purpose behind that? I was having a good day, and all it took is one thing to trigger me to go into the abyss. Now, 5 hours later, you come out of the dungeon sweating, dripping, hot and sweaty. And you say, God damn. What the hell did I get myself into? What did I watch? And you will never tell anybody. Think about it. You know it's evil if you will not do it in front of a room full of people. I'll say it again. Ask a person, they say, oh, is that evil? Okay, would you do that in front of a room of people? No, you wouldn't. And if you look at porn is no different from watching a couple have sex right in front of you. Would you watch a couple have sex right in front of you? Everybody will say no. That's a lie because you have. We try to disassociate the two from each other. When you're looking at porn, you're looking at somebody having sex with each other in live. That's what's happening. And you say that I would never look at somebody having sex with you. Yes, you would, because you're doing it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're looking at two couples, and you look at it, it's actually weird. It's weird looking at another person, another man, and it's borderline homosexuality because when you look at porn, you're looking at a man penetrate a woman. You don't look at just a woman by itself. You look at a man penetrating a woman, and you don't look at it for the little thing. You look for the biggest rod to penetrate the woman. It's borderline homosexual. I'm telling you, it's homosexuality.
It's a part of the gay agenda.
And it's a part of the gay agenda. You say, I'll never be gay. Look at how many your rap artists or your Hollywood, your entertainers said that they'll never be gay. Your thugs. Meaning your boldest, biggest, broliest, gangster-licious men that you would never think that they'll bend the knee, to bow down. Men that you would say, nah, not this brother. That brother too? He gave in to that? People that you'll never realize, because if you weaken, if you keep on hitting a spot long enough, eventually it'll cripple and fall. And that's what they do. And little by little, they weaken you. They keep on like a man to a woman. If a man constantly keeps on speaking to a woman every single day, he's something called wear out. He wears her out to the point she gives in to your requests. Go on.
O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Who shall deliver me from the body of this death? This body is subject to death. That's why, oh death, where's thy sting? This body is death within us. And that's what we have to learn, how to control this body, how to discipline our thoughts, how to discipline our vessel, how to conquer this body. If you could conquer this body, you could conquer the world. Think about how many hours of the time, how many hours in a day you actually can have if you're able to control your body. The reason why we say that, oh, I don't have time, you do have time. It's just this body keeps on musing upon many things, and it goes off. It goes off to different directions. Think about it. It's a struggle every day. When you every second you're like this on your phone. You put it down, you're reading, you're on your phone. Now, if you count how many times in an hour you've been on your phone, how much time you wasted when you could have spent an hour reading, I'll say it's like commercials. Reading the Bible, you always have commercial interruptions, and that commercial interruption is the phone. And you think you're reading, you say, yo, how many hours you study? I studied an hour. No, you didn't. You might have studied 45 minutes because you always have commercial interruptions. Rather than studying in silence quietly, we always on our phone every second. TikTok, Facebook. I mean, today, I'm up early, and I'm studying the scriptures, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go into the spirit. I'm going to study my chapter. I'm like this. I'm like, and I'm speaking to myself. I said, what the hell's wrong with you, man? I said, put the damn phone down. I said, put the phone down. But I'm talking to myself. I'm actually, the spirit within me is talking to my flesh. I'm talking to my body. Put the phone down because it's connected to our body. Think about it. You don't want to do it, but you keep on picking up with your hand. Your hand has a mind of its own. You ever see the movie with Buffy? Oh, hey, remember what's the movie with T.I.? ATL. Remember the scene with Buffy the Body? Yep. When he's dancing with her, and his hand's like this, and he's struggling not to grab her butt, but it goes down, and he gives in, he's like this, and he just grabs it like this. Ugh! And you think about it, and he was thinking about it, he said, yo, I can't do this. If I do this, she might look at me weird, and it might look at it as an attempt. So she had to take his hand off, but showing that his mind thought about it, and his hand took over. But so I'm fighting. I'm like, put the phone down. It took me, 10 times it took me. I had to tell myself, put the phone down and read the scriptures. Don't interrupt yourself. You literally got to command your body and tell your mind what you're going to do. No, today we're going to read. I'm not going to pick up the phone. It's my time. It's my personal time with the scriptures. I'm not going to put the phone. As a matter of fact, put the phone away. Put the phone on the other side of the house if you need to. Go on.
O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
From the body of this death. Go on.
I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. Mm-hmm. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God.
With the mind is that desire. All of us have a conscience in us that tells us what's good and what is evil, what to do and what not to do. And when you learn the laws, it enhances and heightens the laws within us. But with the mind, our desire is to serve the Lord. But what?
But with the flesh.
But with this fleshly body, read.
The law of sin.
I serve the law of sin because this body was sold in corruptible seed. This body caters to the world caters to this body. This body was made. That's why we got the whole world got to be changed to be a reflection of the spiritual body that we're going to have. That has to reflect our body. This body right now is catered. This body that we have right now is catered to the sinful world. That's when we go back into Jerusalem, we got to change because the Jerusalem that we're going to have is going to cater to that celestial body. The two of them have to complement each other. Go on. Nope. Go to Romans chapter 6, verse 12.
Romans chapter 6, verse 12. Let not sin, therefore, reign in your mortal body.
Let not sin, therefore, reign in your mortal body. This body is corruptible and mortal. The Bible says, let not sin, therefore, reign. To reign means to have control or dominion, to have rulership. You thinking that you're in control of your thoughts, but it's your body's the one that's telling you what to do. Anytime you get those urges, you think it's you. You want your desires. Like, you know what? I'm not giving into that. You think a man wants to sleep with a prostitute? It's a shameful thing. That's why people wear hoodies. They don't tell you what they're doing on the low. They go in alleys, huh? At night, they go at nighttime. You know what you're doing is wicked, but you can't control your members down there. Your members down there is a part of the flesh. And you can't, a lot of times you can't control it. It takes, when those burning sensations or those urges arises, it takes over your body, it takes over your eyes, it takes over your hands, it takes over your feet, it takes over and consumes you. It's not you anymore. It's a demon that inhabits you. Some people that have no control of it because why? You have yet to learn how to discipline or tell it no. That's the time you got to illuminate the spirit within you. Go on.
Let not sin, therefore, reign in your mortal body.
Let not sin, therefore, reign, control, have dominion, have rulership over your mortal body. Go on.
That ye should obey it in the lust thereof.
That ye shall obey it in the lust of. Many of us obeys our body and has been subject to slavery. So many of us have become slaves to our own lusts, our own desires, our own temptations. We serve the lust of the flesh. We serve the bodily temptations. We serve the things of the world. Go on.
Verse 13. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
Neither yield your body as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin. And many brothers and sisters, like you said with Adam fell because Adam didn't understand the nature that lived within him. He didn't understand that he was susceptible, not willingly, but he was susceptible to vanity and sin. Just like us. The same way Adam fall is the same way we're falling. Think about it. Everything that Adam goes through is the same thing that we going through. The whole battle is the battle within your house. The whole battle is the battle outside of the streets. And the women know that. And that's why it'll cause a man's temptation and lust will bring a man to nothing. Go on, read it again.
Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
A man will go so far, and he will allow a woman to disrespect him. A man's lust will go so far, and his enslavement to his lust will allow women to do all types of abominable things to him. Disrespect him, speak down on him, use him, take everything from him because he doesn't have control of his body. Go to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Go on.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3. Mm-hmm. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto woman. That's what so when you go back to Romans, real quick, go back to Romans.
Romans chapter 6, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Let not sin, therefore, reign in your mortal body.
When you let sin take control of you, you give your strength unto woman. I'll say it again. When you let sin take control of you, you let your woman take your strength away from you. Go back to Proverbs 3, verse 31. 31,
Proverbs,
verse 3.
Chapter 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
If a man can't control his lusts or his temptations, his desires, his pleasure, you will give your strength over to a woman because a woman knows how to manipulate a man. How? A woman understands her greatest weapon is her body. A woman understands that her asset is her body. A woman understands that a woman could get what she wants by using her body as a weapon against you. She could get money from you. She could have you pay her bills, her car note. She could have 5 men on her hand that she could call at the drop of a dime to pay her cell phone. I heard sisters say, I got this man paying my cell phone bill. I got this man paying my car note. I got this man paying my rent. We had a sister in the body doing that.
Bruh.
We had a sister dealing with multiple men in a body that we found out that her Edomite boyfriend texted us and sent us evidence of her selling her body. Going from one country to another country. We thinking that she's visiting the congregation only to find out that she was selling her pussy. Excuse me. She was selling her goodies.
So, Cap, we had a sugar baby in the congregation?
Yep, we had a sugar baby in the congregation. Read that again.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto woman. A woman understands that she can use her assets to get her desires and to take away the strength of the man. She could bring a man, a renowned man, like such as Will Smith, a prominent man. Everybody look at Will Smith as a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. People will wake up to the Will Smith's motivational speeches, say, damn, I want to be like Will. They'll recite his songs, listen to his motivational speeches. They'll try to pattern himself after him because Will had a perception of a good man. Good upbringing, made it in Hollywood, a good family, only to find out that Will's not the man that he is based upon his woman. His woman exposed him and brought his strength down because he gave his strength to a woman. He let down his guards and allowed the woman to take control of him and manipulate him. How many women do you know like that? Read it again.
Give not thy strength unto women.
The Bible says, don't give your strength. If you can't, an undisciplined man is a man that can, is a man that could be easily manipulated. The Bible says not to give your strength unto a woman. Go on.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Nor thy ways to that destroyeth king. You saw the movie Troy, Helen of Troy with Brad Pitt in them. The war Troy was waged because his parents had sex with Helen. He couldn't control himself. He gave his strength unto women. His desire and his lust. He couldn't contain desire. So he decided that he wanted to sleep with a married woman, causing a whole world war to be waged, with millions of people being slaughtered and killed, empires being taken down over one woman. A woman could cause a kingdom to go to war with and cause thousands to even millions of people to be put to death. The Bible says, give not thy strength unto woman. If you can't control your body, you can't control your lusts, you can't control your pleasures, then you could easily be manipulated, and a woman could easily take control of you. She could take control of your life. She could take control of your job. She could make you lose your job. She could make you go out of your wits. Many brothers, you have a lot of men that dealt with the Kardashians. Look at Kanye. Kanye, prior to dealing with Kim, he wasn't like that to that extent. He might have some certain issues with him. I don't know the extent of it. But when he dealt with Kim, you can see the high, Lamar Odom. The same thing with him. He gave it straight to the woman. He ended up in a mental institution and on drugs. Who else? Yeah. Kris Jenner gave his strength to a woman to the point that he became a woman. He gave his masculinity to his wife to the point that he decided to cut off his rod. He gave his strength to the point he put his rod and served it up on a platter. He became his wife. She took his balls. She took his balls from him. He gave his strength. He gave his rod. He gave his balls. He gave his masculinity, and he put on a dress and a wig, and became the person that he catered to. The Bible says not to give your strength to the woman. Like you have Samson. Get me 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 4. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 4.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peaceably?
Go on.
And he said,
Is that what I want? Yeah, Judges. Thank you, Judges.
The book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 4. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, Entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him.
You know that's been the number one plot throughout history, was always to use women and weaponize them to manipulate the men. And in the book of Judith, it says, if they have women such as this, they will deceive the nations, because they understand that a woman could be used to manipulate a man and take control either his assets, like you have today, many basketball players marry white wives. So when they die or when they get divorced, their assets or their wealth goes to that white woman, and she brings that wealth to her family. Umar Johnson on a podcast recently, he was getting on one of the podcast hosts saying, who you're married to show who you're loyal to. It's impossible to speak black but to marry outside of your nation. You can't be loyal. Show me who you're married to, and I'll show you who you're loyal to. And the guy says, but I get, how many people have you employed? It doesn't matter how many people you employ. How did you marrying a white woman benefit your nation? How do you keep the money within a nation? We had laws of inheritance that within a nation that you had to marry, even to the extent, even though there's 12 tribes, the woman had to marry within her tribes in order to keep the inheritance within the nation. You can't have Judah mixing with Ephraim, and then all of a sudden Judah takes Ephraim's land. You have the other nations do that. The Chinese do that. They'll marry in Jamaica. They'll marry Jamaica, a silly woman, or they show that the moon, or the flower moon. What is it? Kill of the flower moon? Killers of the flower moon. They will marry in to that family in order to seize control of their land, their assets, to take control of the wealth. Because if that woman or that person die, that wealth automatically goes to that man, and it's going to go to his children or his family. Read it again.
And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth.
Entice him. That's why we tell you to read the Bible. The Bible gives you the secrets to life. You want to understand how the nations operate? How they use that? You saw the movie Undercover Brother. He says, there goes the white man, woman, the black man's kryptonite. They always use women of the, you have Balaam. What they do, they use the Chinese woman to get Israel to sin. They said, I can't curse these people. But there is an old trick. There is an old trick in the book. When you read the book of Genesis, the first man ever created fell by the woman. Even though we can't curse him, but we could get them. All we got to do is put our best woman out there. You know, black men like to go outside of the nation. You know, like they like to dabble. You know, like they like to experience women other than their own. Let's send Moab out there and see what happens. And what happens? Israel fell for it. Solomon fell for it. Split the kingdom. Samson fell for it. Even to this day, the NBA players, get me Proverbs chapter 5, verse 2. To this day, we still yet to figure out the age-old trick that the nations use. They use the women of the other nations. And Umar Johnson says, why not put yourself in a position to marry a black woman? And he says, everywhere I go, he says, the places that I go, I'm surrounded by different nations. And I just coincidentally just ended up with a white woman. But when that white woman died, when you die, all your substance goes to that white woman. And where's she going to bring it at? Is she going to filter it back to the black nation? Is she going to bring it? Is she going to use some of that money to donate to some of the schools that we're trying to build? Is she going to use some of that money to help fund a business venture that somebody might try to do? Like you have one of the brothers, Moses. I think Moses, something like that. He's the brother that created the water system. It was able to oxidize air and return it to water. Yep. You could take some of that wealth and actually fund men like that that's trying to make a difference within the community. I'm not talking about greedy, covetous men that always have ideas but don't really have anything to show for it. I'm talking about men that actually use their money, men that have a pattern of good works, men that actually love their people to finance them, like with us. That money that if your spouse died, that life insurance, guess that money could come filter back into the nation so that we could build schools. We could build more congregations. We could build more schools in different countries. We could assist brothers and sisters that might have been evicted, that's lacking food, substance. That money could filter through the nation to help and benefit your own people. But by you marrying outside of your nation, it doesn't benefit anybody else. But the only thing that it benefits is your lust. Only thing that it benefits is your rob, because you say, you know what? Becky gets down. Becky gets nasty. My black woman don't listen to me. She don't answer to my demands, my needs, my wants, my pleasures. You know, what I watch on TV because of porn. I'll say it again. Because of porn, you look at it, the only reason why we desire a white woman, what does a woman of another nation have that the black woman doesn't have? I'll say it again. What does a woman outside of your black or Latino woman have a white woman have that your black and Latino woman? Let's go further. Say you say, you know what? I might not want to deal with my sisters in America. You got the diaspora. You got Africa. You got South America. You got Ethiopia. You got so much variation. There's so many different variations. You got the world. The diaspora is one of the biggest events that have that scattered our people globally. You like different features. You might say, you know what? I like a woman with chinky eyes. We got women that look like that. I like women with froze. We have all 31 flavors of Baskin Robbins within the nation, within 12 tribes. We got 12 tribes of flavors. You choose what you want. You want an Ashite sister? We got that. You want a Judite sister? You like how they talk? You like the nature of a Judah sister? We got that. You want a Benjamin sister? We got that. You want a Levite? We got that. You want Northern Kingdom? We got that. You like Gad? We got that. The Lord created all types of flavors of women for you, brothers, so that you don't have to go outside of the nation. You could go to all 12 tribes, but you say, you know what? Rather than go to all 12, I want to go through one.
Stop it.
And that's witchcraft and manipulation to the highest order. And they use it. They use the television. They use Eddie Murphy. He can have any woman in the world, but who do you choose? The white woman. Tiger Woods, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. Tiger Woods, all the white women.
Cap, look at that right now.
Stop it.
Let's just take a moment and look at that. What is that in comparison to our sisters? Our sisters got real shape, real figures, real good looks, details in the skin, details in look at her. Look at her. Looks like an alien to me.
Damn.
Uncooked chicken.
Damn.
That's what that looks like to me. I don't know what these brothers be. I don't know. I don't know. That can't be compared to our sisters. Remember in the book of Judith, the Babylonian, he said, yo, these men they could take these women and deceive the whole earth with these women. Mm-hmm. It was going crazy of our sisters. And yet our brothers leave from these beautiful sisters that we have within our nation to go to the so-called white woman. Look at that. It doesn't even compare. That doesn't make any sense. You know what that is, Cap? That is envying the oppressor.
Yep, you're right.
That's what that is.
You're right. And don't tell me you can't find no good black woman. There's millions of women, and you telling me with the resources that you have, you couldn't put yourself in a position to find a beautiful black woman. So you telling me us men in Israel United in Christ, we was able to find beautiful black women that's supportive, that's submissive. We was able to find a beautiful black woman that has the same mind of us.
That's right.
The same values that we have, that follows us, that encourages us. We used to find what you say that you can't find, but you have the assets and the resources, and you're able to go to places that men not able to go to. But you telling me that you can't find a beautiful black sister? But you decide to go outside of your nation because you allow Hollywood or you allow society to manipulate you. You might allow society to tell you that your woman's not good, that all sisters are big mouth, can't control themselves, none of them submissive. You tell me you cannot find one out of the pot? No, you let Hollywood and music tell you what to do. Go to Proverbs chapter 5.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3.
Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes. Let's share, Israel. Let's get those likes and let's share.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Don't you know that they use these women? And not only just any type of woman, they take the best woman. A woman that could conduct herself. She knows how to walk. She knows how to speak. She knows all the laws of attraction to be able to allure you, to tempt you, to get you down and give you strength over to her. Like she did to Samson, David, Solomon, and many of our forefathers that fell and gave their strength to a woman. Go on.
Verse 4. But her end is bitter as wormwood.
And her end is the end of the woman is bitter as sweet as her tongue is. Her lips, her speech, the way she walks, the way she talks, her smell, the way she carries herself. If the Lord was to open your eyes to what she really looks like on the inside, it said her end is like what?
is bitter
It's
as
bitter
wormwood.
as wormwood. That's poisoning. It's bitter as poison. You know that song? That girl is poison. The song is called Poison.
Never trust the big butt and smile.
You never trust. Yo, get that song real quick. Get that song. Play that song real quick. Come on now. Read on. Wait for me to get that song.
But her end is bitter as wormwood.
And her end is bitter as wormwood.
Sharp as...
Yeah, play that. Come on now. That's a sound. I thought it was a song, man. Y'all was getting, keep going.
Sharp as a two-edged sword.
Her end as bitter as wormwood. She's poisonous and sharper than a two-edged sword. Go on.
Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell.
Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold to hell. Go on.
Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them.
Her ways are movable. Man, she moves in a way that you can't even know her intentions. You think they say, you know what, like Tyrese, he thought that the woman that he was married, a woman could marry you for 5 years. You know when people say that, yo, what's your plan? What is your business plan? Or what do you see yourself in 5 years? Right. Ask a woman the same question, what do you see yourself in 5 years? I see myself married to him and taking his assets and his resources. Yep. That's her business plan. Yep. Your business plan is, I want to have a successful business so I can have a successful marriage. Her business plan is you. Yeah. You're her golden ticket to life. You're her golden ticket. All she got to do is cash in, and that cash in is you insert your sperm in her. That's all she is. Once you insert a sperm in her, that's it. You're the bank. And she could get a loan out of you every single month. Play that.
Let's kill it cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful. Relationships they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart. Check it out. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love
Wrong
her.
move, you dead.
That girl is
That's it.
never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is
That's it. So never trust a big butt and a smile. That's why it says her end is bitter as a wormwood. I mean, she's poisonous. Never trust a big butt and a smile because the Bible says she has many different intentions. Her ways are movable so that you can't even know it. You don't know her true intentions. In your eyes, you say, you know what, that woman, I like that woman right there. I want to marry her. I want to have a family with her. But in her eyes, she says, I'm going to stay with him long enough so he can invest in me so that I can have a child by him and then divorce him out of nowhere. Because my intention was never to really marry him. My intention was to use him as a loan officer so that every month I could get a loan to do what I really want to do and live through life. Go on.
Verse 7. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her.
The Bible says, remove thy way. To remove your way far from, to have self-discipline. Don't give your strength over to a woman. Now, today's man up money class. So today it's time for the man to man up. I know you sisters are looking for a man that can't be manipulated. You're looking for a man that's going to take the charge and take control. That's going to take a lead. That's going to guide you and instruct you. Don't worry, sisters. Today's your day. Today is the man's day to give the man instruction, wisdom and instruction, how he's to guide and conduct his life. And you sisters tune in and understand your nature and not to be this woman. Don't be the woman understanding your nature, the assets that you possess, the things and how you can manipulate a man, because it's not going to end up well for you. The Lord, at the end of the day, the Lord will kill you eventually. You think you're smarter than God and your ways are unmovable, but the Lord says, all right, I got something for her. She thought she was able to escape or get away all her life, get by all her life by using and manipulating men to get what she wants. Like Kim Kardashian's, using men to get what she wants, marrying celebrity men to get the status that she has, only to end up alone again. Buying into that lifestyle, buying into that lie. The materialistic possession, a boss chick. Go on.
Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others.
Giving thy strength. The Bible says, remove thyself far from her. Run. Never trust a big butt and a smile, because the bigger the butt, the bigger the smile, the more deceitful and manipulative they are. Never trust that, the Bible says. Read that again.
Remove thy way far from her.
Remove thyself far from her. If you see this woman, and Satan will set it up like this. You might have a problem at home with your wife. You might have gotten into an argument. And in that argument, you say, you know what? I got to get out of here. And then you go to the bar so you can relieve stress. And at that bar, Satan has the perfect woman, the perfect looking woman, and you might not even be getting sex. So now you watching porn, and the porn that you watch is shut up right beside you on the left-hand side while you drinking. Now you indulging into alcoholism. And on top of that, Satan sets you up perfectly, and he says, you know what? The woman that you've been desiring, the woman that you've been looking for, here, I created her for this very moment. And you give into her, and everything that you're looking for, materialistically or outwardly, she has, but not knowing that that's Satan using her, manipulating her. You see the woman. No, Satan always used the woman. Or you might go to work, your wife doesn't show you appreciation. She doesn't make a lunch for you. She doesn't say, I care for you, have a good day, give you a hug and kiss, a little love maybe before you leave. You go to work, and you have what is called a work wife. And a work wife, the things that you're lacking at home, the work wife say, yo, I see that every time you come to lunch. You always got to buy out. What kind of man or a king, a beautiful black man that works hard every single day, struggling, killing himself, slaving to bring the bag home, but he can't even get his wife to make a sandwich. Then all of a sudden, she starts filling in the void that you're lacking at home, and she starts making, hey, listen, I made a sandwich. You're like, God damn, that sandwich tastes good. God, what do you put on that? You're like, damn. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Because you know, when your woman cooks a good meal, you say, damn, baby, you put your foot in that thing. The taste buds activate. You say, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let's go out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, you know, I like that love, because the love that a woman puts in her meal is reflective of how she feels on you, feels about you. And sisters don't even know that. And that's the appreciation that men look for. We say, y'all appreciate the lengths that you went to go to make that food the way it is. I understand the time and effort. I understand that you just didn't wake up. You had to learn that as a youth. You understood that later on in the life, you're going to be an asset to a man, a king, a prince, a leader. And you trained yourself, or you was trained for the time of the youth, so that you could be an asset to that man. And you could be I would say, not only an asset, but you could be an investment for that man to get to the place that he needs to go. And that place ultimately is rulership. You understood that. So you took the time from when you was 8 years old, 10 years old, always stood by your mother, learning cooking classes, watching YouTube videos to learn how to cook that perfect meal for your husband, experimented, going to different sisters' houses, because you understand the importance of a man. You understand your position and your role as a mother, as a wife in the household, but that a man, in order for him to be successful and prosperous through the day, that a man needs a simple cooked meal. And that a simple when a man comes home from a long day, a simple cooked meal could bring a man into a state of relaxation and calmness. Something like that a man looks at.
Hey, Kat, you know what's so heavy about that? Because about the food that you were mentioning. Wife cooks for a husband like that, right? You enjoy that meal, and it makes you feel like loved and like, yo, like, you know what I mean? She really checked for me because she put a spirit into that food. You go out there and a woman try to throw herself your way. You're like, the hell out of here. What can you offer me that I'm not already getting?
Exactly.
It gives you, that's how it's going to, it helps the man. Like, when it comes to temptation and dealing with the world, like, it helps you set your mind in a certain place. You enjoy what you have at home, so you're not worried about what's out there, because you can't provide for me what my wife is already doing. You can't do that.
What man would want to lose a good wife? He say, yo, I got everything I need. It's nothing that you have that I want. It's absolutely nothing. Listen, you might have a big butt and a smile, but can you fulfill that void? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you make me feel good? Like you have what's it? Sunshine, Miss Sunshine. She made him feel good. He said, honey, I ain't coming home. She fulfilled that void that the wife wasn't. She fulfilled that void that the wife wasn't filling. She filled in the missing pieces. So read that again.
Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house.
Remove thy way far from a woman like that. Remove far from a woman at your job. A woman comes into your workstation, into your office. She offers you sandwiches. I'm good. I don't want that. She comes to try to strike a conversation. Keep it short. The scripture says to observe the time. Don't give a conversation to a woman because a woman, remember it says her lips are smoother than honey. Her mouth is smoother than oil. Don't allow a woman enough time to be able to get into your ears. That's why they say. It says the eyes are not satisfied with seeing, nor the ears satisfied with hearing. All she knows, all she got to say one thing to bring you to your knees. And that one thought stays with your head. A woman can say some stuff and that thing sticks to you all day. Like, damn, why she say it like that? Damn, the way she's talking. A woman's voice is attractive. It's alluring. The way she can manipulate her vocal tones. She could use her voice as a musical instrument and sweet tone. She said, you know what? I'm going to use some vibrato on this one. She said, I'm gonna lower my dynamics and play. She's like a conductor. She's like a musician with her voice. She said, you know what? I'm gonna lower my voice and use some vibrato on this voice box. And I'm gonna learn him. And I'm gonna play the song of Temptation.
Gotcha.
How you doing, Daddy? I said, I like the way you looking today. Your lungs, your sexy arms, your strong walk, your strong shoulders. A woman knows how to get a man to bend. Go on.
Hey, Cap, can I read something for you
Yeah,
real quick?
go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
With much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of the lips, she forced him. Now keep reading.
He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
Go on.
Till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
What verse you at?
Verse 23, chapter 7. Did you
No.
back?
Go back to 6. Yep. Go to Proverbs chapter 5, actually.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 8. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others.
Lest you give your honor, your wealth, your substance to others, your strength to others, your time to others. Read.
And thy years unto the cruel.
In thy years, meaning you wasted all that time. You decide to give it to the cruel. Why did it say cruel? Because you don't understand the ways of a woman. The scripture said earlier, it says, her ways are movable that you don't know it. And you give your years to the cruel, not knowing all those years, 5 to 10 years you invested in. On the 11th year, she took you to court, and she took you to court like Dr. Dre and took everything from you, half your assets, half your wealth, everything, the man that you are, she didn't make you. She came into the relationship like that. She came into you where you are. But all those years, she was plotting to take all your assets and wealth with her. Go on.
Verse 10. Let strangers be filled with thy wealth.
Let strangers be filled with thy wealth. Lest they take your wealth. Go on.
And thy labors be in the house of a stranger.
And your labors, everything that you work for, will be in a house of a stranger. Now you're paying $50,000 a month in child support. You're paying over $250,000 in child support for somebody. How much money can a person spend to take care of? And you, on top of that, you're paying for a stranger while she getting smashed down, while she getting her back blown. Can you imagine the psychology going behind that man? He's paying for another man to smash his wife and to splash all over her face. Can you imagine that? That when you look at her, you can see the specimens all over her face, and all you can see is your money being filtered through her for the specimen. And all you can see when you look at her face, it's like, damn, man, that's all my money is being invested into that. You might as well, you invested here it goes. You invested in a dump trunk company. Everybody dumps their truck in her. God damn. You guys are sick. Go back to Judges 16.
The book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 5. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth.
Entice that man and see his angle, see his weaknesses, see his temptations. Go on.
And by what means we may prevail against him.
And show us how we're able to come against him. What time does he get up? What is his daily routines? What is his likes and his dislikes? How can we get him to yield? How can we get his assets to be turned over to us? How can we set this man up? Go on.
That we may bind him to afflict him. And we will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson.
And they was willing to pay her. Go on.
And Delilah said unto Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee.
And Samson didn't have the discernment to say, why she ask me this? And sometimes the so-called white man, he would send people your way, and they would ask personal questions like, where you going? Where you at right now? And some ops still send a woman amongst you. They say, where you gonna be at? Or she'll be with you, and then she would post up a setup, Instagram post or Instagram live or TikTok live. Hey, we at this restaurant, we eating. And you thinking she's doing it out of because, she's, excited and she can't wait to show everybody. But at the same time, you not knowing that somebody sent her in there so that she could tell them your locations so they could pull up on you.
You don't find that suspicious?
Many people have used women and weaponized them, either to get what they want financially, to take over the company's assets, to get you to sign over your company, to get you to sign a contract, to get you to sign on to their company, or to give up your wealth. Go on.
Verse 7. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green withs that were never dried, then shall I be weak.
Because after a while, you get comfortable. You let your guards down. You allow her into your space. Women talk about, I'm looking for a man with emotional intelligence. I'm looking for a man to open up. I'm looking for a man that could be in touch with himself. You ever hear a woman say that?
Stop the cap.
She says, I'm looking at a man that's in touch with his emotions, with his feelings. The reason why she wants you to be, brothers, let me tell you something. She's looking for a man that's in touch with his emotions so that you can let your guards down. She said, listen, why don't you cry? She wants you to let her know the deepest secrets so that she could use that against you. So now, if you decide to leave, she said, if you leave, I'll tell everybody your secrets. And what's the first thing they do? They tell everybody your secrets. Give me that real quick in Micah chapter 7, verse 5. That's what the Bible says this. Listen, brothers, that's why you have to develop mental fortitude. You don't have to tell your wife everything. You could be in love with somebody without telling them everything. There's boundaries, and those boundaries is not only to protect you, but it's also to protect her, because she doesn't even know her nature. Like you have Jeannie Ma. She portrayed herself to be a submissive woman, and people all over the place, and people was glorifying her. They say, that's why black men marry outside of the nation, because they look for a woman like this. They look for a woman that's submissive, that's catering, a woman that supports her husband. And young Jeezy, he thought he had something. He thought he had a prize. He thought he had a trophy. Make a woman mad, and you will see the true nature. When she's in her security, everything's good. But you make a woman mad, and you neglect her, you have something called acrimony. You see the true nature of the demon, of the lengths of a woman, and the lengths that she could go far. That's what the Bible says. To the wickedness of a woman, there's no wickedness but to the wickedness of a woman. There's no lengths a woman will not go to. Look at the movie Acrimony. Look at the lengths that she went to. So look at Jeannie Ma. She's putting everything out there for him. She's telling all his secrets, telling all the business. They will go that far. That's why the Bible, and now there's some things that you can't, you really can't control because she's with you. She's hearing things. But there's a level of information that you're supposed to tell. There's supposed to be a cutoff point. Read that.
Micah chapter 7 verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth.
Pillow talk. Pillow talk. Keep the door of thy mouth from her that lieth. You don't have to discuss everything. Like, for example, when it comes to IUIC business, I'm not talking about that with my wife. The things that we do in the body. She said, mind your damn business. This is God's business. And you're my business, meaning I'm your business. You worry about taking care of me. You worry about me being comfortable. As long as I take care of you, you take care of me. Meaning I make sure the bills are paid. I make sure the lights are on. I make sure that there's food in the house and there's clothes on your back. So all you have to do is take care of me, and we can have our conversation, meaning our personal conversation. But outside of our personal conversation, you don't need to know what I'm doing in work. If I'm not selling drugs, you know. But if it's right, if I'm not doing evil, you don't need to know what I'm doing at work. You don't need to know what I'm doing at IUIC. You don't need to know where we're traveling to, what we're doing. You don't need to know that stuff. That's none of your business. You don't need to know the daily operations. That's for men. We don't discuss that with women. There's things that we keep because you understanding the nature of a woman could destroy a whole operation. Like you have that sister in London. When we had the trial, and the sister decided to go up on stand, and she gave all the layouts. Oh, say, you know, this is this person, this is that person, because that's the nature. And you might get mad at me, but fellas, we must do better. We must do better. And we must not allow her to manipulate us. I'll say it again. We must not allow her to manipulate us to her tears, to her batting of the eyes, and to her wearing us out, just to acquire information so that she could hold against you. And then you might say, your wife might say, but why would you think of it? I don't care what you think or how you feel. This is my stance. I'm going to stand on my square, and that's it. Whether you like it or not, you could listen. Here's a door. You can go out there if you want, or you can stay with me and just follow the program that God set up. Read that again for you simps out there.
Trust ye not in a friend.
Don't trust in a wicked friend. Go on.
But
Don't tell everybody all your business. Read.
Put ye not confidence in a God.
Put ye not confidence in a guide. Go on.
Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Keep the door of thy mouth of her that lieth in the bosom. You see, and we're going to now go back to Judges. And we're going to go to Samson, the simplicity of men. The strongest, bulkiest, the most dangerous man on the earth. All fell to the woman and all weak. The weak nature within a man is that rib that was taken from him. The weakest part of the man's body is the what? The ribs. He broke my ribs. And she broke you. Your own rib broke you. Go on.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. And Samson said unto her, if they
Proverbs.
bind me, excuse me, Judges chapter 16, verse 7. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green withs that were never dry.
So Samson, because of his love and his delight, and his false perception of security of her, go on.
Then shall I be weak and be as another man.
Then I shall be weak. He told his wife his weakness. And we make the mistakes, fellas. But let's not do it again. Never tell your woman your weakness. Because if she's an evil woman, now I'll put this out there. You do have righteous women that does know your weakness without you telling her. You do have women that do, and she will be that pillar, and that she'll try to fill in the puzzles or the void and try to be your strength, that pillar of rest. A pillar is to uphold the building. You have some women out there, but very few women that have that revolutionary mindset. Very few women, but you do have some women, but don't take that chance because you make a woman mad, you will never know until you make her truly mad, until you push those buttons. We tell brothers when you're proving a sister, make sure you push those buttons because that representative that she's displaying is temporarily. You will know the true nature once you put her in an uncomfortable position, uncomfortable position financially, uncomfortable position verbally. It might be whatever situation that she might not like, whatever her angle is. You might put her back into the wall and push that one button that triggers her, and you'll find out this is the person I'm dealing with. You got to trigger. When you're dealing with her, you got to know her angles. You got to know what you're dealing with so that you say, you know what? I can't deal with a woman like this. I dealt with her. She's nasty. She's rude. She's belittling. I said it's one thing, and she already went off. She don't have the attributes of 1 Peter chapter 3. She don't have the attributes of Sarah or Abigail or Judith. She doesn't have those womanish or feminine attributes that I'm looking for in a woman that's going to be supportive, that's not going to sell me out, that's going to stand by me. She don't have the attributes of Peter's wife that died alongside with them, a revolutionary woman. She's not like that type of woman. I don't see her in a congregation helping out, taking care of kids, taking care of the congregation, doing the fun. I don't see any of those attributes. Go on.
Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green withs which had not been dried, and she bound him with them.
And she bound him with them. Go on.
Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson.
And she knew that. She acted like, you know what she did? She used, even though the Philistines were paying her, and they were using her to infiltrate and try to weaken Samson, she acted like she was being sincere and helping him out. So they would do things, an ungodly and a wicked woman would do things to win your love over, to win your trust over. And how did she do it? The same man that paid her, she said, yo, listen, the plot I'm going to come up with the way I could get closer to him, to get him to let his guards down. We're gonna set up a situation. For example, you might be with that sister. Say, yo, listen, I got a tip off that what's her name's gonna try to rob you. My friend was overheard a conversation, and they're gonna pull up and they're gonna try to rob you in that parking lot. Don't go with them. Your boy's gonna set you up. Not knowing that, she used that as a plot, and then she see the people go by. You high secretly see the people go down. Damn, yo, that's right. Not knowing that she was setting you up. She used to sacrifice the rook, only to take your king later on. So she was setting you up like a chessboard for the long game. He said, you know what? I'm going to win him over by false sense of trust. I'm going to set him up, give him information to gain his sense of trust, only later on to set him up for the bigger pot. Go on.
Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the withs as a thread of tow is broken when it toucheth the fire. So his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson.
So they didn't know Samson's true nature or his strength. Notice how this is what you call measuring. The FBI does it, the CIA. They will send women just to see, okay, what is his angle? What is his weaknesses? What is his strength? How far does his strength? He's disciplined. How far does that discipline go? Let's test the waters. I want you to do this. Okay, that didn't work. All right, go a little bit further. I want you to react like this, see how he acts. Okay, that somewhat worked. All right, do this. There's a plot. There's a game plan that they're mapping out. And it's a big board. Okay, you did this, you did this, you did this. Okay, when you did this and he reacted, this was the strength that he displayed at that very moment. It's no different from how the CIA or the FBI is going to try. They're going to send women up in here. Like, I'm not sure you guys see the show Blacklist. You had one of the Elizabeth in Blacklist, husband was Tom. And he was the agent the whole time. He was working, actually, I think, was he working for Redditon? Yes, he was working for Redditon and somebody else. But he was an agent, and she didn't even know. And he had a baby with her. He went that far. But only to infiltrate. So you thinking that they're sincere, but they're playing the long game, and they're setting you up to see your strengths and your weaknesses. Go on.
And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound.
What verse you want?
Verse 10, verse 11 now. And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes.
And he told her. And you notice how he keeps on giving, and he's telling, it's leading up. he's telling different aspects of his weaknesses. It's not the full weaknesses, but she's trying to figure out an angle how to fully take him down. Go on.
And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber.
And that's why it says the bewitching of naughtiness does undermine, the bewitching of concupiscence not undermine the simple mind. It says, doth obscure things that which is honest. Samson is telling her how to weaken him, and she's using those methods on him, showing that he told her, if you bind me with a rope, wouldn't you think that you told her your weakness, and she does exactly what you told her, and then you still don't see that this is the woman, that she's setting you up? But because he was blinded with lust and not love, it undermined him. It clouded his judgment. You could have a woman right before you playing you. Men would know she's playing me, but they'll still deal with her. You said I knew the whole time that she was playing me. The late night calls, she's on the phone. And some people would turn a blind eye because of that lust that you thought was love. But because she allured you and manipulated you. Go on.
And there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber, and he brake them from off his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound.
She even told him, after she bound him with rope, she said, yo, you told me lies. I bound you, you still break it. He said, why you keep on lying to me? And Samson still didn't catch on. That's how deep in lust was he. The Lord blinded him for that moment. The Lord blinded him. Go on.
And he said unto her,
that's why I will send you strong delusions that you shall believe a lie. Go on.
Thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awaked out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me?
Now she's manipulating him to speech. How can you say that I love you when your heart is not with me? You don't love me. And they'll use that. You don't love me. You don't care for me. And they'll start crying, crocodile tears, to manipulate you. Go on.
Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
You mocked me these 3 times. You told me a form of your weakness, but you didn't tell me your full strength of weakness. That's why the Bible says, don't give your strength unto woman. Samson gave his strength in increments to build it up to the fullness. Go on.
And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed.
She did what?
She pressed him daily with her words.
She wore him out, pressed him daily. That one co-worker, every day you see at the job, she brings you food. She says hello to you. She tries to generate a conversation. Hey, what do you do? Let's go. Hey, let's go out. I'm going out. I have some few tickets. You said I can't go. She said no. It's just, it's a work thing. All the work people, all of our friends are coming. Oh, they cancel on us. It's just me and you. She pressed him daily. Eventually, her attempts will wear you out. Go on.
And urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death.
She urged him. She pressed him to the point that his soul was vexed unto death. Meaning he couldn't take it anymore. She weakened him. Go on.
That he told her all his heart.
That he told her what?
All his heart.
He told her everything about him. He put everything on the table. He told her all his strengths, his weaknesses, his trials, his everything that he battles. He told her all his heart. Go on.
And has said unto her, there have not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me.
If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me. Hey, cue up this video on Joe Smith, not the one with Cameron, but I believe the first video I sent you. Read on.
And I should become weak and be like any other man.
He says, and I shall become weak and like any other man if you shave off my locks. Go on.
And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the
And a woman
Philistines.
understands. She knows when you're holding information back. She said, yo, you're holding something back. Just tell me. I want you to really. You ever had that? I know in the world, a woman, she'll pressure you. Tell me. Tell me, what do you want? What do you want to do? Tell me. And you say, you give in to her pressure. This is what I want. This is what I like. This is my weakness. She says, I want you to open up. I'm not sure if you guys heard. She said, I want you to open up. I want you to be vulnerable. It's not that they want to be vulnerable. Why would a woman want a man to be vulnerable? What does she get out of a man being vulnerable and opening up his emotions? Think about it. What can she get from you being vulnerable? What is she getting? I know a woman could get something out of a man providing, being strong, being protective, but what can a woman get out of you being vulnerable and opening up to her? Exactly. Opening, being emotional, letting your guards down. It's not so much, and it's done deceitfully. It's done as if she cared. There's nothing that a woman could get out of a man opening up or being vulnerable or expressing his feelings. It's nothing beneficial towards her. What can it benefit her? What can she get out of that? How would it emotionally stimulate her? And cannot emotionally stimulate her. All you're doing is opening her up to be able to later down the line manipulate you and destroy you. So when you break up with her, what is she gonna do? Oh, that's why the nigga got a small dick. That's why the nigga likes this. God damn. I remember there was a clip years ago in a car. She said she put a man out there. She says, oh, that's why his booty hole's blown out. God damn. You guys remember that clip? Yo, she got angry when they broke up. She got angry. Says that's why his booty hole is spread out. It's wide. He said I could tell he was getting banged. Or you have was with what's Rihanna's husband? A$AP Rocky. There was an Instagram model that came out and says that he likes to get the groceries eaten. I'm telling you, they will unconsciously put your information out there.
Hey, Cap, can I
go ahead?
When Cap said, because that's a younger generation slang. We say groceries, they're talking about your behind. There's a song that came out before, like you gotta eat the booty like groceries. That's what these younger generation, when they say the groceries, they're talking about that type of kinky stuff.
Exactly. So what would a woman get out of telling the world your sexual preferences or your secrets? Solomon says, between a man and a woman, I don't know. But you feel the need, and like I said, and it was no need for, even though it's going into adultery, fornication, him dealing with that woman outside of his wife or outside of marriage, but the fact that she dealt with him and she just nonchalantly just put his information out there, sexual information. By you putting the information out there, what are you getting out of that, from that? I think it's just Tasha K with Kevin Hart. He's suing her because she said, yo, she was dealing with this man, the intern, or she was one of the workers. She worked at his firm. So what do you get out of putting the information out there? Because a lot of these women are agents of Satan. They're set up to destroy the black man. Put your information. They're central intelligence agents. I'll say it again. The woman is the best CIA agent, central intelligence agent. She's the best weapon because she could get a man to spew all of his information, to tell him everything about himself and overturn that brother. Tell you everything, where he's going to go, where he's going to be, what he likes, what type of food. She's the CIA, central intelligence agent, and she collects information about you. And what does she do? In order to overthrow a government, you put out information out there. Yep. Propaganda. Yep. What does she do to overthrow and destroy the image of the black man? Because she's an agent of the white man. She throws out your information. Oh, this is his weakness. This is what he likes. And try to defame and shame that man in front of everybody that admires that man. You had, what is it? Yeah, keep going. Keep reading. Is that it?
Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand. Mm-hmm. And she made him sleep upon her knees.
What did she do?
Made him sleep upon her knees.
She used sex to control and manipulate her. Sex is one of the greatest tools a woman utilizes to get what she wants, what she needs, or the information she wants, or the information she needs. That's why men have to have sexual discipline. There's no levels and no lengths. That's what we have to, brothers. Be able to control ourselves and a lust, or the woman could be weaponized against you to bring you down, to put your information out there in order to put you to shame and embarrass, as well as exploit you, blackmail you. Certain politicians, if another man or of another company or CIA or the government wants to get a politician to bend, all they got to do is send in a prostitute or send in a woman there to get you to open up sexually, to get you to do things that's not normally acceptable to society. And they'll take pictures of it, and they'll put the pictures out there. I forgot what movie I saw that they was trying to tap in. I forgot what movie, but they was trying to tap into the computer system. It was in the government. And what she did was she put pictures and images on his computer, because in the image he's a married man, but he was dressed up like a woman in dominatrix outfit and panties and all. So he was like, "Yo." So what did he do? He allowed her in. He allowed her access into the government agency because she used sex to manipulate and get information. So later on, or you might have some woman work in a bank teller. She'll get close to a banker, just so that you could rob the bank. What do I want?
And she made him sleep upon her knees.
She will use sex to get information from you, to weaken you, to manipulate, and to control you. Go on.
And she called for a man. And she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head.
To the point that she caused him to do what? Read it again.
And she called for a man. And she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
And his strength went from him. Sex can weaken and take the strength from a man if you don't have sexual discipline. If we don't have sexual discipline, if we cannot discipline our thoughts, if we can't discipline our members. Now, like I said, I'm going to go into it. You might say, well, the scripture's talking about. We're going to go into that to live joyfully. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about allowing a woman to use sex against you to get you to bow, to manipulate and control you, because women will use sex in order to control you. That's why, brothers, you have to show a woman that, yo, listen, I enjoy having sex with you because you're my wife, because that's what's in me. But if you're going to use that to manipulate me and control me, to get me to bend to you, then what the hell is that riding stinky-ass coochie? I don't need that damn thing.
That's right.
I don't need that damn thing. Now, I'm talking about a wicked woman. I ain't talking about the wife. I ain't talking about a righteous woman, because that thing is beautiful. That thing is right. When it's righteous, it's beautiful. When it's wicked, it's stinky.
That's right.
You got the stinky thing. You got this. Let me buy my words. Hey, this is Late Night with Captain Joel. This is late night. This is a late night, late hours. Don't have your kids watching now. This is rated R, so don't hide your kids.
Hey, Cap, if it's a wicked woman, she dry down there. It's like sandpaper.
Yeah, because it's been dried up. It's been used up.
If she righteous, then it's flowing like a river. You know what I'm saying?
This brother right here, you terrible, man. It's late night. It's late night with Men Up Mondays. Level up. Go on now. Get me the Joe Smith clip.
And we're going to, okay, look, so I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad when you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
You knew
solution.
who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything
I
like
knew
this
that
again.
beforehand,
but
but not,
unfortunately, that's not the case
after
right
that,
now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
It hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to.
The woman is an agent of the white man and Satan. You got to ask yourself a question. If anybody knows who Joe Smith is, I think in the 1990s, he was one of the #1 draft pick in the NBA. Multi-millionaire to the point he lost all of his money. Like I said, I think they were saying that he's, like I said, I'm not sure if it's 100% correct information, but what I did see was he was $100,000 in debt or so. So obviously a lot of the troubles of the flesh a lot of times extend from financial issues within a marriage. That's one of the main problems or troubles in the flesh that people or married couples have. And that shows you, too, a lot of sisters are not loyal to the husband, but they're loyal to the dollar. Because when a dollar leaves, their loyalty leaves along with the dollar. What will possess a woman to put, that's what says a woman is a CIA. She's a Central Intelligence Agent. She would use her body. She would shame herself, exploit herself, objectify herself. She would put herself out there for every man to be able to glance at her, to every man to lust and to abuse himself to her. Then, on top of that, she would record him live and put his response saying, my husband found out that I'm doing OnlyFans. And then she will record him live in his distress because the husband is upset. For a man to find out that his wife that he married is selling her body on, you know, it's a shame when a husband can't provide for his house. You know the shame that comes to a man? A man's pride is him being able to provide for his family. A man's pride is him to be able to say, that's mine. I take care of mine. I take care of my children. I take care of my wife. That's mine. I did that. And it's prideful when you can say, you know what I'm saying? I'm the provider. I'm the protector. I do all these things. It's a pride that comes to that as a man. It makes us feel good. The small things makes us happy, and be able to provide for our wives and our children and our nation is the height of a man. Family values. That's what men, I'm not talking wicked, I'm talking about the righteous Israelite man. That's what a man values. Sit down. I'm the one that did. You know, I brought home the bag. The Lord allowed me to be able to take care of my family so that my wife could do the things and teach the kids and help the sisters out to be an example to the nation. That's the pride of a man. But for you to exploit yourself, to you to objectify yourself, because women say that the black woman or the woman is looked at as a sexual object, and it's the most exploited, or is looked at as a piece of bread, but you exploited yourself, you sexually objectify yourself. You put yourself and advertise it as merchandise. You became the merchandise for your business platform, on a business platform. You're selling yourself, your body. You're the entrepreneur and you're the seller. You're the seller. You're selling your own body. And then you put that information out there online what is the purpose behind that? What was she getting out of that? What good could come from that? Please help me.
Check. She took that information with her husband, and she's embarrassing her husband, arguing with her husband online. She's doing that to generate streams. Mm-hmm. People are going to see that. It's going to attract a lot of viewers. It's going to go viral, and it's going to increase her financial revenue. So she knows exactly what she's doing. She's selling
increase her.
Right. She is selling a bad image of her husband, and she's showing how much of an evil woman she is. She's sacrificing all of that for financial increase. That's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. But she was only able to do that to a man that let his guard down, whose strength that she took. How did she take her strength? It's no different from Delilah. Remember his wife originally, how he met her. She was in the porn. She said, yo, you met me this way. You met me in the porn industry. Let me tell you something, brothers. A lot of these sisters coming in, that's why, Lord willing, if life lasts and the Lord allows us and the leadership, like I said, we're going to put in place a charms program. To you sisters coming to the school, thinking that you could come in and try to steal the precious stone, try to get these men to buy. I think it's Sukiyana. She was like, was it Sukiyana? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said, I'm going to get an Israelite man. I'm going to get an Israelite man. I'm going to have sex with him and take him out the truth. These women are agents of Satan. We're going to put things in place that's to protect you brothers. Now, if you brothers decide to give you strength and go outside of protection, you did it on your own. And you are meant to fall. And you deserve to fall. If you allow a woman after we put things in place in order to protect you. We can only do so much. But you sisters coming in, don't ask for a brother. You knew in this truth. You know that you had a whore's lifestyle. You know you dealt with many different men. You don't need to be with a man right now. Because that, what is it called? The oxytocin, that bonding pair, that bonding chemical that you're supposed to have, that the Lord put in your spirit to be able to bond with one man so that you can have that connection. You depleted all the chemicals in your body. You squirted it all out. So he's at the house with Captain Joel.
Come back to the light. Come back to the light, Cap. Come back
All
to the
them
light.
oxytocin leaked out of you. You have nothing left. So you come to the truth. You came up like a dried up roach. And you got nothing left to offer your husband. So sometimes it's good to be alone. Let those, you know, let the guys replenish his water.
It's good for sisters that's like that. It's good for them to stay, just stay, because you already got like 5, 7 dudes you married to inside here. Like it's, you know, and then you're gonna put it's when you dealing with a man and you get into arguments and stuff like that. It's not necessarily her that you're dealing with. You're dealing with all them niggas from before. Mm-hmm. They all take a turn like, who are you, nigga? Who are you? Uh-huh. It's territorial.
Exactly. So sometimes sisters, sometimes, hey, this is called Man Up Monday for a reason. So we're going to hey, listen, we're going to go into uncomfortable topics. So if you don't like
That's right.
It's not the place for you. I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be straight up because these are conversations you act like, oh, we don't deal. No, this is what you deal with. This is your mentality. This is what's happening in their culture. Listen, some of you sisters need to stay alone. You need to stay by yourself. You coming up in this truth. You marry a man, a husband within 6 months to the year, and you telling your husband, I want to do 20 different positions from the 20 different men you slept with. You tell every legion that's within you, those are the different positions that you want for that one man. But he don't know them. He said, damn, sisters, you say, yo, you can't hit it right. You don't got the right size. You have 20 different sizes. You can't find the right size that fits you. They say you can't find, you come with a whole box. You come with the universal toolkit. You come with the universal screw kit. You can't get the half. You can't get the 1/4. You got to have a whole kit of screws because every screw went in your socket. It's not one nut that could go into your socket. You have the universal kit, sister. So sometimes you got to remix that vagina. You got to be born again. Now, something I didn't like she said. She says, it's my body. It's my body. Get me that in 1 Corinthians 7, verse 5. It's not your body. That my body was coined by Nathan Bernardson, which is the father of abortion. He's the one that coined that, and he paid the advertisement company millions of dollars to push that agenda so that the woman could say, my body, my choice, later down the line, leading to the vast majority of abortion within the black community. My body, my choice. And it's not your body, and it's not your choice. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 5.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
The Bible says, defraud ye not one another. Now, I said something earlier concerning a woman's, brothers, we have to have sexual discipline. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. We must have sexual discipline. I'm not saying to refrain from sex with your wife. No, I'm saying that if your wife is going to use sex as a tool to manipulate and control you, like Delilah, to get her way, because you're not bending to her needs, her wants and likes. Listen, use sexual discipline to let her know that your body is not going to be used and utilized as a tool or weaponized as a tool to bring me down, to belittle me, to weaken me, and to take away my God-given strength. I'm not going to allow you to use your body as a tool of manipulation. That's not what that was created for. Your body was created for me. Your body was created for procreation, to bring forth life, but your body was not created to be weaponized. You decided to listen to Satan to use that, to control men, like Eve did, like your mother did. And like all your foremothers used sex to manipulate the men. Because you know that that's the desire of a man, and a man likes sex. Men naturally like sex. He likes the beauty of a woman. And it's a good thing, but you make it into a bad thing. Go on.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
Consent. Read it again.
Defraud ye not one the other.
The Bible says, don't defraud you one another. Read.
Except it be with consent.
The only time you abstain yourself from sex, if it's you meaning the two of you agreed. She says, listen, I agree, you agree. She says, listen, I can't have sex today. I'm sick. I said, well, you better get a COVID mask. You might be sick up there, but you ain't sick down there.
That's right.
I want to say other nice terminologies, but I'm going to keep it a little bit PG. It's 18. Go on.
Except it be with consent for a time.
Except to be with consent for a time. Read on.
That you may give yourselves to fasting.
That's the only time period you're to abstain from sex, that you give yourself to fasting. Read.
And prayer.
And prayer. Meaning, that's the time you say, you know what, baby, I'm going to devote myself to the Lord, so I'm going to fast. I need time to work on myself, to tap into my spirit. I need time to self-reflect, to be silent, to go into the scriptures. I need time to build up my spiritual prowess. I need time to strengthen that spirit within me. So I'm going to give myself to fasting and praying so that I can connect myself closer to the Lord. And I can't do that while dealing with you sexually. Sexual discipline, abstinence, temperance, I need to practice. Go on.
And come together again. That Satan tempt you not.
That Satan tempt you not. Because why? The Lord made the two of us so that we could come together. Sex is healthy. The woman and the man the bodies was made for each other to fulfill those temptations or those desires, the pleasures of the flesh that the body, because this body has these fleshly desires that God instilled within us. And we're supposed to fulfill within each other. The problem is when we fulfill those lusts outside of marriage and we deal with other women that's not our wives, and you wonder why a woman has many different partners. Why? Because after you pop a woman's cherry, she becomes sexually attracted or enticed by you. There's a spirit that gravitates towards the man because you put your seed in the man. The scripture calls you humbled her. You put a seed in her. Now she has those desires and urge. It's like a shark in the water. You put blood in the water, that shark keeps coming back to it. You decide, you humble a woman, what happens after a while? She wants it more and more and more and more. When you have sex with the virgin, she's connected to you. I know in college, I remember this one man, he took this college student's virginity, and he couldn't wonder why. She kept on calling him. She wanted to be with him every second. She was obsessed with him. He said, yo, why she's obsessed? She's obsessed because you humbled her. She was made, it said, and the two of them shall cleave. They should become one flesh. You think that the Bible just talking just to talk? No, there's a spiritual reaction when a man deals with a woman and he connects with her. It's like you put a plug into a socket. There's electricity between the plug going to the socket, it electrifies, and the two connects with each other. It's a conduit of electricity between the two. You take out that plug, there's a void. And that plug is always that socket is always looking for different plugs. Rather than being that one plug, you're looking for different plugs. Some plugs don't fit, and sometimes you gotta jimmy that thing up in that. And you break that thing, and you break them walls. God damn! Read it again.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
The Bible says defraud ye not on one another, except for be for consent. Go on.
That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
That you may give yourself to fasting and prayer. Read on.
And come together again. That Satan tempt you not for your incontinence.
That Satan tempt you not for your lack of discipline. That's what the Lord says, be fruitful and multiply. It was naturally designed for a man to be enticed by a woman and a woman to be enticed. Go on.
But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as myself.
That's it. Now go to the second clip. Come on.
Where's your relationship at right now? Because I don't really know what's going on with my co-host right now. They're not asking no question.
Are y'all still together?
I don't really know what we are. I just know I'm here
Will this jeopardize it?
No.
So he's not gonna feel.
I'm not worried about it being jeopardized.
No, but he's not gonna feel any way about what you're doing.
I mean, I'm not concerned about what I'm doing. He's not concerned about how I feel when he's doing.
When's the last time y'all communicated?
We were texting with each other over the last few days.
Good, that's good. You're making progress.
So there's hope for the future with
I
y'all.
can't take it anymore. I can't take it. Yo, the level of evilness, the level of, I'm sorry. I seen some clips of, it is what it is. Some of the clips would be funny. I'm like, oh, that's funny. After that, I didn't see that. After that, I'm not watching that stuff ever again. The level of disrespect another man understands that to kick a black man while he's down. The black man already has the world on his shoulders. A black man is already looked down on. The world hates us. The world kicks us down and exploits us. It destroys us. And then for another black man to see him in struggles and his trials, and for you to do that on live TV, Cameron was a nigga anyway. But the level of niggerdom that was just displayed by him bringing another man's wife that's already going through problems, that he already expressed his discontent, his dislike for her going on to OnlyFans and sexually objectifying herself for other men to be able to beat off to her and to lust after her. Every man to share what he's supposed to have to share with the whole world. Then Cameron invites her on a show in front of everybody. He didn't have to do that. He was doing that purposely to get at that man, to tear him down. That's an evil man. And the Lord's going to pay him back for that. The Lord's going to judge him for that wickedness. That's some extreme evil. And to give him a side, and you can see everybody's uncomfortable. The woman host, she was very quiet. Because you notice how on a show it's very lively, it's very energetic, very active. But at that moment, they was doing it, they'll say, yo, I think you went too far with that. They look bothered. Usually they're joking and everybody's laughing, but the co-host, the girl, she's quiet, she's not laughing. And even with Mace, I'm surprised he allowed that. Wasn't Mace supposed to be a pastor? He invited her on. I'm telling you, these people are demons. I'm telling you. That which is highly esteemed is an abomination before the sight of God. These people are demons. You're supposed to be a pastor. You're supposed to be a man of God. Do you allow another man, your co-host, to take a woman and a husband, a man that's having problems with his wife already, and you allow her to massage Cameron on the show in front of everybody, embarrass that man, and then ask on top of that, yo, is your husband okay with this? How's your marriage going? These some evil ass niggas. I'm telling you, these some evil men. The Lord's gonna judge these men. Right now they're prospering. Right now they have a good show. People like it. The Lord's gonna destroy that show. The Lord is going to destroy that show, and rightfully so, for evil, wicked men like that. You was gonna say something?
Yes, sir. To show how much of a degenerate plant we've descended into, remember the ancient Persian Medes. When Vashti violated the king said, yo, all the councilmen said she got to get checked for that. And she can't remain the queen because if the other women see it, they're going to say, oh, it's okay for women to be disrespectful to their husbands. Now today between black men, if you as a black man, you see that, you're supposed to feel some type of way about that. That's supposed to be personal. But now, one black man sees another black man's downfall, and he's relishing in it. He's taking it for enjoyment. He's using it for financial increase, to get views, to increase for money. Dragging his brother's name through the dirt, making his brother look bad, bringing his wife on a show that she's going through problems with her husband to make him look that much more of a clown. We don't have no honor amongst ourselves. We don't have no honor amongst our people. That will never fly amongst the other nations. Only black people do stuff like that.
But I'm telling you, That's the evil. Now, this is the thing. She says, you meant me like this. A man's lust will bring him to a piece of bread. He knew, and this is saying you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. And most of the time, that's true. Unless a sister is repentant and give it time of the truth. Sisters, do yourself a favor. If you dealt with many different men, you don't need a man. Do yourself a favor and protect yourself as well as protect that man. Because you can't help that man, or you can't be beneficial to that man in a way you are coming into that like that. You got to understand that all those sexual apartments, you said, well, I did that in ignorance. But you do understand that, when you come into Christ, you're a new person. You're renewed in Christ. But your body, that box is not fully renewed. Even though your spirit, you're being renewed in the spirit of your mind, that body ain't renewed in the spirit of mind. That thing is wagging and dragging. That thing is flapping and whapping all over the place. So listen, you need to sew that thing up. You need to give that thing time. You need to put that thing, Levi got a thing called a steam pot. You need to put that thing over the steam pot and get all the impurities out. Let all the demons drip. Let all the demons take out all the demons and let that thing just evaporate. Give yourself time. Let your mind, cleanse your mind, cleanse your spirit. You need to be alone. Bishop Kanai is called a remix the vagina. You need to remix that thing, sis. You want to say something?
She might be a black hole, Cap. She
Damn.
might just be a black hole. Just
hey, the scripture says a whore is a deep ditch.
Yeah, she might just be a black hole down there, just null and void. Like everything, gone.
Yeah. Some of you sisters, you don't care. You just care about yourself. You just care about your sexual needs. You're not here for a family. You're not here to be a wife to a husband. You're here because you're trying to fill that sexual void that you had in the world because you've been tossed around and passed around from many different men. You come to this truth and you have to practice abstinence and you get that tingly feeling within you because you've been dealt with so many different men. You can't control that lust and that desire within you. You have to get married, but you're getting married for all the wrong reasons. You don't want to get married so that you could be a revolutionary woman and back that man up. You're not getting married so that you could be a pillar to the rest. You're not getting married so that you could uplift that man and make that man greater than what he is. You're getting married because you say, you know what? There's a sexual void between my legs, and I want to fill it. And the only way is to deal with one of these Israelite men. And once I'm done with him, I'm going to show him my real self. I'm going to show him I am legion, for we are many. For this is who I am. Read. Give me Matthew chapter 7, verse 16. Brothers, a woman will tell you who she is. If you know a sister dealt with, listen, sisters, if you know you dealt with many different men, give yourself time. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but please just have the decency to give yourself time to be able to get those spirits out and build yourself again, because you need healing. You need healing spiritually, and your body needs healing. You need to give that thing some time to snap back. It's not like, what is it, elastic bands? Things don't just snap back like that now. I think it does, because pregnancy, that thing does snap back. That's why you give you 80 days. So sisters that dealt with, so now we gotta create new math. So 80 days after I have a baby's big. A baby stretched out. So do they sew it up afterwards? Right? Yeah, no, so it's like elastic. It snaps back, right? So it snaps back. So listen, some of you sisters have been expanded. So you got to do the multiple. You got to do bath. If you've been with 20 men, 20 times, let's see, let's do the math. 20 times, let's see. If you've been with 20 men, 20 times, you come into the truth, let's see. 365. So 7,300 days. That's 306. So if you've been with 20 men, you need to be alone for 7,300 days. Which is 20 years. So based upon how many men you dealt with, it's how many days that you need to be abstinence in His truth. So we got to create a mathematical equation. The Lord got to send us the math behind remixing it. So Matthew 7, verse 16.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 16. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even
You shall know them by their fruits. Once a hoe, sometimes always a hoe. But no, now, like I said, we have righteous sisters that came out for that whorish lifestyle, that's sincere, that has become very good sisters in its truth, and that have married and have become very good wives. We're not saying, and it's not to belittle anybody, but we're going to tell you like it is. We have to tell you like it is. We have to level up. And level up, we got to be honest with ourselves. Now, you might have all of us done things that we're ashamed of that we don't like, but you got to be honest, listen, and we're telling you the chemical imbalances, the psychological effects when you operate outside of your nature, when you deal with many different men. And men, you got to be able to understand and see the telltale signs. There's telltale signs for a whorish woman. You can see it. I remember Sister the Truth. I mean, when I first came in, just looking at what the hell's wrong with her eyes. Give me that eye look. I said, yeah, that's a hoe. Use a hoe, ho. You know, ho, 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 ho. They look down at you. They look at the feet. They look up. They look down. They look up. You said, that's a hoe. Brothers understood attack tactics. They understood what sister they could attack. If that sister walking by and if she looks back, you say, okay, I could kill that right there. If she looks down, I could kill that. You know, if she flicker her head, I could get that. Women give indicators, and skillful men could read the situation and know when to attack and kill. I'm telling you, some men are very skillful. Some men got game. Some men could read body language. You know, they have something called body language. You have these pickup artists or whatever. They have what is called body language, that they could tell based upon a woman's body language. They say if she does this, if she leans in, if she does this with her hair, if she's smiling, if she's not on her phone. There's certain things, attributes that a woman gives off, that she displays, that shows a man where he's at in the game, and what type of approach. A man knows if he can smash her one night. He knows that. He's, oh, she's easy. A man could read a sister. A man could say, oh, no, she's not easy. The way she carries and conducts herself, I can't deal with her that way. I got to come at her at another angle. A sister like that is a woman I want to marry. But even in its truth, a brother could tell. That's why you have one brother dealt with 3 sisters within the same congregation. He dealt with his wife. He dealt with 2 other sisters, and he had a threesome with those 2 sisters. How do you get 2 sisters in a congregation to have sex with you at the same time? You know why? Because that brother was skillful in an art of game. And he understood the body language, and he understood how to get you. He said, I could get her. I could tell she's a whore. I could tell she dealt with many different men. These are the attributes in the body language that she's displaying, characteristics that I could get her. You know what? Let me have this conversation with her. Okay, I could get, oh, yeah, she's a freak. Let me give her. How does a man get 2 women together? Because he did it before, and he knows there's signs.
Hey, Kat, weren't some of those sisters married?
No, 2 of the sisters wasn't married. I might be wrong. I don't know.
There was another situation. There was another situation where a brother was doing that in one of the congregations where he was banging married sisters. You know, one of the sisters said, I want to be married to you in the kingdom. You know, so that even from married sisters, that evil promiscuity, that evil spirit is here. And brothers, your sisters got to reform. Y'all got to change.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Matthew 7:16 again.
Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?
Mm-hmm.
Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
A good woman is going to bring forth good attributes. Fruits meet for repentance. She's going to bring forth godly sorrow. She's going to take her time. She's not going to be in leadership phase saying, I want a man, knowing that we know your past. We know what you're struggling, and we know that you need more time. We're not saying that you can't be a good wife. We're not saying that you could be the future wife of a future husband. We're saying that you need time to build yourself up, to get the spirits out of you. You need to, what is this called? You need to flush out. You need to get out heal. You need to get all those impurities out of you. You can heal. You can. We're not saying that you can't, but you can heal. Go on.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
A corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. That's what she says. You know how I am. I was like this when you married me. That's why we tell you, brothers, you meet these sisters and you expect them to change. The person that you meet that day is the person that you're going to lie with and the person that you're going to die with. If they didn't change, that's why we have what is called a proving process. Get Sirach chapter 6, verse 7. There's a proving process that we tell you, brother, to prove a friend. Get to know her, to see if this is the woman you can be with, because she will tell you who she is. And you got to know, can I deal with the woman? Do I want to be the man that gets embarrassed like Joe Smith? Do I want to be put out there on public TV? And the sick thing is, he's going on, and I think it's a plot behind it. Yeah. He might be involved with it, trying to get a money plot. He said, you know what? You used to do this with this much in debt. Yo, let's just do this. Right. There might be a scheme behind it. He might be wicked as hell because from what I'm hearing, I can't confirm it. I don't have 100% concrete evidence that he went back to her. I saw a video that was done saying that he went back to her. I saw a video of them together, but I cannot prove it 100% unless they two come out and say that they're together. But if he did go back to her, that dude is a simp. And that's a weak man. Go on.
Sirach chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
The Bible says if you would get a friend, prove that individual. Prove that friend. What type of lifestyle did they go through? Are they promiscuous? Are they displaying attributes of promiscuity? Can you marry a woman like that? Was she a hoe? I remember one sister, she told the brother, she dealt with over 26 men. She told him.
She belongs to the streets.
And he went in here. That's 2 lifetimes. He went in here. Damn. He went in here, and he said that thing was like the black hole. He just fell right through that thing. That's what he said. He said there was no walls to that thing. That's what he said. Brother, she told you what she was, and you still dealt with her, and you didn't give her enough time to heal because she was healing, but you didn't give her time. You saw her. She was enticed by her. She was enticed by you. You decided to lay with her. Go on.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Give me Sirach chapter 19, verse 29.
Sirach chapter 19, verse 29. A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him.
A man may be known by the look. You could look at the person. I'm going to show you an example of what it means for a man may be known by their look. Get me Sirach chapter 25, verse 9. Verse 26, verse 9.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks, read.
And eyelids.
And what?
Eyelids.
Eyelids. That's why they wear those umbrellas. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her what?
In her haughty looks.
In her haughty, her lustful, adulterous looks. Meaning you can see the spirit of a whore of a woman. There's a certain look that they give you that could die. There's a spirit that wears on their face. In her eyelids. And why eyelids? Because eyelids originally come from umbrellas. Prostitutes that wore eyelids in order to use that as a a sperm receptacle to catch the sperm from falling into their eyes. That's what umbrellas originally was utilized for. You ask yourself a question: when did man vote that they want a woman to start wearing these umbrellas? It's a whore's culture that's being bred in society, and because umbrellas is the sign of a whore. Whores wore this. Or you see a woman, we have sisters coming to the congregation with tongue rings. Now, I don't know about you, but I know in the world, anytime we saw a woman with a tongue ring, that signified, she's a freak. What do you have a tongue ring? What benefit are you getting out of a tongue ring? I was saying, what do you get out putting a hole in your tongue? I want to ask, what are you getting from that? I don't know. I might be stupid. Is that a fashion statement? From popular belief, everybody knows that tongue rings was made for sexual pleasure. So when a woman wears that, that's her haughty looks. Those are telltale signs, which and sisters will bring that to the school. These are telltale signs. You wear tight dresses so you can display your assets. Telltale sign. Read that again. Now let's go back to Sirach.
Sirach chapter 19, verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
A man being blown by the looks. Go on.
And
so
what-
you could look at a woman. It says the wickedness of a woman changes her countenance. A man may be known by her looks. Sisters will come up to us in counsel, and we'll look at them and say, "Oh, this sister got spirits on her. Oh, this sister's a demon. Oh, you see that young sister? Watch her. She got the spirit. She got the spirit of a whore on her. You got to keep her. Watch her. Go on."
And one that hath understanding by his countenance.
And one that you can look at a brother. That brother got understanding. The way he carries himself, the way he conduct himself, his speech, the way he dress. You can see in his face that he has understanding. Read.
When thou meetest him, a man's attire and excessive laughter.
When you meet a man or a woman's attire, her excessive laughter, the way she fake laughs. Go on.
And gait.
And gait, the way she walks. There's a way a woman could walk that entices a man. The way she switches so that she can have what is called recoil. So that thing, so that she can entice you and lure you and bring you in, brother. These are tactics, weapons of warfare to allure you, to take that strength from you, to subjugate you, manipulate and control you. You got to understand it. You got to understand it. These are the conditions of the battle. When that wicked seed was sown in us, brothers, there's instructions that comes with this flesh. Listen, if you give yourself, if you do this, this is going to be the outcome. If you give your strength to the woman, this is what's going to happen to you. If you look too long, this is what's going to bring forth. These are the instructions, brothers, that we got to take. We got to take heed to these things. We got to strength. We're talking about persecution. We're talking, I said it before, if we can't control and sexually discipline ourselves, if we can't control our mind, it's impossible that you're going to be able to suffer or endure torture. It's impossible for anybody to endure torture. So these classes, Man Up Monday, is to build in that man nature within us, to build that discipline and nourish that discipline in us so that we can prepare ourselves for what's to come. And it starts with the basics. Go on.
A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
Mm-hmm. It shows you what type of individual that is. Give me Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
No. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
It's Joe Smith's fault. He married her as a porn star. He knew what she did. He didn't marry her because of love. Just like Samson, he married her because of lust, because sexual enticement, because she knew how to work him. She knew how to do things that normal women did not do. He made his imagination become his reality, and his reality has become his downfall. Porn brought him to where he is right now. He gave his strength over to the woman because he couldn't control himself, because he wanted to live out his temptation. He wanted to live out his reality. And bring it. That's why we tell brothers, if you can't control porn, then you'll be Joe Smith. You'll find you a woman just like that. He found them, and some brothers, we say, "Hey, brother, it's a cat. Hey, leadership, we're looking for a wife." We say, "Hey, brother, we got a wife for you." And we say, "You know, brother, we got a wife for you, and the sister is a virgin." The brother, brothers have rejected women, the sister that was interested in her. Beautiful sisters, quiet, discreet, calm, no bad name in Israel. But brothers, virgins, hasn't been touched, good works. Brothers looking for a wife, one failed marriage. He chose a stripper. His old wife was a stripper. Failed marriage. She left him. Now he says, I'm trying to get myself together. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, I'm ready. All right, I got a sister for you, a sister that likes you. You always want a sister that wants you. Never chase a woman, but always go after a woman that's chasing after you, because that sister's going to love you no matter what. And you will never have to chase her or be manipulated or bow down to her. Mm-hmm. So the brother, I give him, "Hey, this is a beautiful sister." He says, "Not for nothing, but I don't want her." I said, "Don't ever come to me again." I said, "Don't ever come to me again." Because, wow, what you want, you don't want what you need. You want what you think you want. You want a false reality. You want the women that you've been liking, Biggest Simple. You want the woman that you've been watching on that screen. The woman that doesn't, she does that with other different partners, but not knowing that that woman that you watch on the screen when you marry her, it's not the same woman that you're going to get. Because women sexualize themselves with many different partners. They're sexually active with 20, 30, some women, 100 men, but when they get married, they withhold sex from you. Because that's a demon. Once they get married, that's when the games begin. And that's when Satan enters. So you thinking that she's the sexual temptation or the sexual indulgence that you've been looking for, but when you get her, it's not what you thought it was. She was acting. She was only doing it for money. I'll say it again. She wasn't doing it because she loves you. She was doing it only for money. When she gets with you, it's a chore. It's a job. It's work. You're not paying me physically, even though you're paying for the bills, but you're not literally paying me for sex. So it's a chore. I don't want to do it. You want to say something?
These be the same brothers that say, I want leadership to choose for me. And it was a front. Like after you showed them the right way, they say, nah, that's not what I want. That's not my type. That's not what I'm interested in. You know, but they put on the front and say, oh, I'm going to let leadership choose for me.
And guess what? Once you come to me and I offer you a good sister, a beautiful sister, don't come to me again. I'll say it again. Don't come to me again. Why would you reject a virgin?
Because in his mind is not, there's no thrill in his mind. He likes the arguments. He likes the yelling back and forth. He likes things getting thrown at him. I think yeah, he likes the round-away girl. You know, he likes the attitude and the disrespect. That's the thrill. I think that's what it is, Captain.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know, before I got married, when I met my wife, before I met her, the bishop chose my wife. He said, that's your wife. And that was it. I'm going to say no bishop. The bishop chose my wife, and that was it. Because why? Well, I'm in love with a stripper. Yeah. Crazy as hell. Listen, the bishop chose my wife. I said, yes, sir. You know why? Because I understand these are men of the Lord. He has my best interest, and it was the best choice of my life. Because I understand it was a spiritual choice. It was a father choosing. Our fathers chose our wives for us. Because why? He examined the situation. He examined her. He looked at it. He said, okay, no, that's not your wife. That's not your wife. That's your wife. And we tell you, brothers, we examine everything. We look at the spirit. We say, okay, this is good. She's not the wife that you're looking for because the wife that you're looking for doesn't exist. Because if it exists, it's the brothers that, like I said, it's a lust of the eyes. Because you might get the badunkadunk. And most of the badunkadunks nowadays are BBWs. Or what is it, BBWs or BBLs? It's BBLs. A lot of those things are fake. But you get the badunkadunk, the trunk, the recoil, the wagon, that thing thangin', and then you get with her. Brothers, let me tell you a secret. It looks good, but all box. The outside is not the same as the inside. The box is not a reflection of the booty.
Can I help you, Cap?
Go ahead.
All box are not created equal. That's what Cap is trying to say. They look a certain way, but then, you know what I mean? It's not. Because some women may look good on the outside, but they don't know how to clean themselves. They don't know how to do certain things to please their husband.
Yeah.
You understand? It's an illusion. It's not real.
It's not real. I know brothers. Whoa. The accuracy. Yeah, I know a brother. I know in the world, it was this chick, beautiful chick, nice body, but she dealt with hundreds of men. Men would run trains on her. She'll be to the point that there'll be lines wrap around the block to everybody running a train on her. The brother said when she took off her pants, he saw green stuff and it smelled like dead fish. It was rotten fish. Keep thinking, you see the outside, but the outside does not reflect the inside. And you're going based upon your lust. Lust runs out. Lust has to be constantly fed. If you love, you have that natural desire or lust for your wife. It's a natural, healthy lust, meaning you naturally desire. Love will bring that natural desire, like, damn, I love my woman. That love turns into that natural lust. It's not a lust over love. I take not my wife for a lust. Because you develop that relationship, that love, you like, I always want to be with my wife. I ain't talking about you always want to be under her. Meaning, I always want to. You want that woman. I want that woman. That's the woman. The hell with these women. Right. Listen, women, and this is the thing, brother. You would never be satisfied. That's why you have brothers in the Hollywood industry, entertainment industry. There's never enough for them. Now, there's rumors going around saying that they sleep with men. They get the baddest chicks in the world, the most thickest chicks, the most voluptuous chicks, and guess what? It's still not enough. You think you have all the money in the world. You got the top choices, the top pickings. And then they say because they had everything, it's not enough, so now they got to go to men because they can't satisfy the lust. If you're in it to satisfy your lust, then you will never be pleased because you're trying to fill something that doesn't exist. You cannot fill the void with lust. You have to fill it through the eyes of God, through the path of God. The Lord shows you, I take not my sister for lust. To marry the woman, then you will fulfill that void. Go on.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Joe Smith should have reproved his wife. He should have proved her. He says, "No, I can't be with a woman like that. I'm looking for a woman that's going to, I'm looking for a mother of my children. I'm looking for a woman that could raise my children up and educate her to instill my values in them. That's the type of woman I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman that's going to speak life into me, that's going to comfort me in my distress and sorrow, not a woman that's going to cause me sorrow, that's going to afflict me, that's going to embarrass me in front of millions of people, that's going to make me the laughing stock. I'm not looking for that type of woman. Give me, let's see. Go to Sirach. So go back to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Mm-hmm. Give not thy strength unto women.
Don't give your strength unto women. Read.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Nor give your strength to ways that destroy kings. Don't give your strength, your substance, unto the ways of women. Get me Sirach chapter 33, verse 19. No, actually, get me the next clip. Get me the next clip. So women will manipulate you, brothers. They will use you. They will take your strength, and they'll take everything from you. Some women will look at you as a bank. Play.
Hakimi has changed the whole game of divorce that even Andrew Tate was impressed. Recently, footballer Ashraf Hakimi's wife filed for divorce after he was accused of RPE and demanded half of his property.
So, he was accused. I'd say accused. He was accused of grape. I got to say that because they'll, So, he was accused of sexually molesting a woman. It's an accusation. Let me tell you something. I don't know if it's right, true, or not. I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but I'll say this. This man is a top in his league. These are what people will call or value or categorize as high-value men in the world. He got money. He's not an ugly dude. He got jewelry. He got fame. He got everything that a man could have and everything that a woman will want. Yep. A woman ain't raping somebody a woman giving it up. Right. You have women in the world giving to niggas with no money for a bag of for a Happy Meal, over a bottle of over a weed, a $10, a dime, a bag of a dime of weed, over a compliment, and a bottle of Bacardi raspberry. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how I know that. But a woman would give it up over a Bacardi raspberry, a dime bag, and for a bag of McDonald's after for the munchies. Or a 30-piece of McDonald's. Or not chicken nuggets, or White Castle. I'm telling you what a woman would give it up for. You telling me a nigga in the world that don't got no money, lives at home with his parents, driving a hoopty, he don't got nothing to his name. A college student or whatever got nothing to his name. And you telling me that nigga could get in her head and get her to drop the pants? You telling me? But she don't call rape on him? But you telling me that she calls rape on him? You telling me a nigga with nothing could get it, and over 100 niggas, over 100 brothers could have sex with that one girl. But that one girl that had sex like with Kobe Bryant.
Right.
The sister that said that Kobe Bryant raped her. Not knowing that, what is that show? CSI Miami. They bring the whole kit with them, and they found that you are guilty. She had 7 different specimens within her body. Damn. She was a petri dish, a container for 7 different life forms.
She belongs to the
sperm.
streets.
She was a sperm receptacle. She had like 3 or 4 different DNAs of sperm within her. But she lied and said Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. So you telling me Kobe Bryant raped her? Stop the cap. I don't believe that. You telling me this man raped you? Stop the cap. But in the world, you give it up for a nigga for nothing? Nah, I don't believe that. Come on. Stop it, sis. Stop it. A lot of you are groupies, and you look at it as an opportunity. A lot of men are nothing but banks. You know that with this new day and age, what do they call the movement? The Me Too movement, that you could get money out for that just by saying you could destroy a man's career and you could get a payoff. People are weaponized the Me Too movement where there's sisters that actually got, sexually molested. Women that actually got sexually molested, nobody believes them. Like, I can't tell now. I can't believe some of this stuff because of what a lot of women do. They take advantage, and 30 years later.
It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Exactly. So now, play the video.
Hakimi's wife filed for divorce after he was accused of RPE and demanded half of his property. She was, however, informed by court that her millionaire husband owns nothing as all his property is registered under his mother's names. Hakimi receives €1 million from PSG monthly, but 80% of this is deposited in his mother Mrs. Fathima's account. He has no property, cars, houses, jewelry, or even clothes in his name. Anytime he wants anything, he asks his mother who buys it for him. What a genius.
You ask yourself
That's
a question.
right.
Why would a man take everything out of his way? Because he knew there's a possibility, or his mom definitely warned him. Look, she's a beautiful sister. Now, his mom definitely warned him and said, listen, you can see she got the hijab on. What are they, Arab? The Arabic? Yeah, it look like Arabic. Northern King ain't wearing that. Our sister ain't wearing that hijab. So she's Arabic. She got the hijab on. So, the husband, she got some type of, they have whatever little morals, whatever you want to call it, Islam, whatever little morals they somewhat have.
She recited to him what Bathsheba told Solomon.
Yep,
That's
exactly. Don't give your strength, 100%. Don't give your strength to a woman because he's a made man, a made man. Why would you, and that, if you already have something to sign a prenup, what matter? No, and I'll put in my will. If I die, it'll go to me. Now, she might kill you too, so you got to be careful. So I don't know. Huh? The wife was 10 years older? So, damn. So she's praying on. So the mother said, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. You're going to sign everything over. You're going to put everything on my name. You know I love you. I'm going to protect you as a mother. That's my job, is to protect you. I told you don't give your strength over to a woman. Put everything to my name, and I'll filter it back over to you. So just in case, if you marry, the woman doesn't marry you for you, but you cannot understand her ways. They're silent. They're secretive. So if she does come after you, she can't get anything, and we'll know what type of woman she really is. Read that again.
Sirach, chapter 30. You want us to read it now?
Yep, 33 verse 19.
Yes, sir. Sirach, chapter 33, verse 19. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest.
Don't give her power over thee. But the United States, within the marriage institution, the government, they have laws that benefits women, that gives them power over you while you live. One power is a woman could come in with nothing. A man would take a woman. There's a saying, I remember, women think that their college degree, their education, the money that they make means anything for a man. A man would take a woman from McDonald's just because of the way she looks, her body, and the way she conducts herself, her attributes, her femininity, her submissiveness. A man would take that. Shoot, a man would take what you would call not a so-called not successful or entrepreneur or what do you want to call a made woman in a society. He would take a woman in her poverty. because she look good. Man don't give a damn about how much you got. Men don't care. And this is how you know men don't care, because even if a woman has money, a man don't, if he's making enough money to take care of the bills, he don't want your money. I'll tell you again, if a man has money and he can take care of the bills and a wife decides to get a job, the man don't even want your money. He said that's your, when a woman works, when a man works and he makes money, that's their money. When a woman works, that's her money. A man don't want your money. He don't care about that. He just wants the basics. He wants food, sex, companionship, femininity. He wants the things that makes him happy. He don't want that. And your sisters have yet to realize that. We don't care about your college degree. I don't give a damn. I don't care how much money. I'm like, that's cute, whatever. It doesn't entice me. It's nothing attractive about what a woman makes or her college degree. But all right, cool. It's nothing that you could tell me. And listen, I don't want to talk about your degrees. I don't want to talk about how many certificates you have. I don't care about that. I want to talk about other things. I'm just telling you, I don't care about your work. What kind of conversation that we're going to have? Men don't care about your politics, your business, your entrepreneur. We don't care. And we've been trying to tell you, but you still don't realize that. We don't care about your academic achievements. Now, it's good if you have smarts. It adds. It's a plus because you can help out the nation. That's when we do care. A righteous man care in terms of you can help out the nation. You can take your skill sets and bring it into the body to help us push this truth. You can teach the children. That's when it benefits. But when you put that as the height of your achievements, we don't look at it like that. What can you do with your achievements in terms of the family, concerning my children, educating my children? That's why I care. How can you add value what I'm trying to build? I don't care about all that stuff when it comes to our relationship, our love for each other. What I care is, if you do have those things, all right, I'm not knocking you for that. But if you do have those things, can it add value to me and can it add value to the nation? That's the only thing I care. But besides that, it doesn't make you or define you. The things that define and make a woman are the attributes of a Proverbs 31 sister. That's what a man is truly looking for. Every single man is looking for that. Keep going.
Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest. And give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again.
Give not thy what?
And give not thy goods to another.
Don't give your goods to another. Don't give your bank account into her. Don't put the property in her name. Don't put the car in her name. Don't put anything in her name. Now, if you die because of natural occurrences and she really loves you, everything's going to go to her anyway, by default or within your life policy. So if while you're alive, there's no need to give her those things or put everything in her name, because you don't know what type of spirit she has. You don't know her angle. And you have to understand the nature of a woman. It's not against you righteous sisters, but a man got to protect himself, because we can't, because sisters, unfortunately, Satan as well as the white man use you, and you're the weaker vessel. You're susceptible to being weaponized. Go on.
As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldest stand in their courtesy. In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence.
In all thy works, keep to yourself the upper edge. We tell you, brothers, don't put the house in your woman's name. You keep the preeminence. You can dictate things. Listen, this is why I like it. This is what, if you want something, brothers, put yourself in a position to get what you want. Listen, I provide. I do everything. So this is what I want. This is what I like. This is what I want. This is what I like. But sister, oh no, I'm not a slave. What the hell are you talking about? You better cut that dumb shit out. Nobody asked you what you were slaving on. I'm telling you what I like. I'll tell you what I want as a man. Whether you like it or not, I'll find a woman that's going to give me what I want. That's the nature of a man. You can't change that. You try to change it, get the hell out of my house. I want someone that's going to cater to me. I want someone that's going to be submissive to me. Because what one woman do, another woman will do. And sisters, you're replaceable because the Lord made double, triple, quadruples of you. I'm telling you one thing. You think your assets are all everything? No, the Lord made plenty of the assets. You think your cheeks the only thing? The Lord made plenty of cheeks. So listen, you ain't that good. Listen, look at Holly. Ask Holly. Call up Holly Berry. See how that's going for her. See how that's working for her. The one at the time classified as one of the most beautiful women. See how far that got her. And see that thing could keep a man. that thing can sustain a man. It can attract a man, but it cannot keep a man. Go on now.
And all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor.
Leave not a stain in thy honor, brother. Don't be a simp. And we trying to build you, brother up. We trying to man you, brother, up. But you don't want to level up. Man the hell up. Right. Level up. Man up Mondays. Don't be a simp. Go on.
At the time when thou shalt end thy days and finish thy life.
When you end your days, you shall end your lot. Read.
Distribute thine inheritance.
Distribute thy inheritance. Life insurance. Distribute thy inheritance. A will. Give it at the end of your days, like Simeon gave to Judith. She was financially taken care of so that she doesn't have to marry another man. She doesn't have to work. She's taken care of so that when she died, the Lord will bless her in a regeneration or bring her back to him. The Lord will honor that thing. If a woman keeps herself, you would think the Lord, did not the woman of the Maccabee say, Lord, return my 7 sons back to me? You think she sacrificed herself? The son sacrificed herself? You think the Lord's not going to listen to her? You best believe the Lord's going to honor her request because he wouldn't have written it there. And she's going to get those 7 sons back. And she's going to have joy. So you think that if the wife keeps herself, the husband dies, she keeps herself for the man and asks the Lord, Lord, return me back to my husband in a regeneration or in the kingdom. Bring me back to my husband. I want to be his Lord. I'm going to keep myself for him. You don't think the Lord's going to honor that if you abstain yourself, if you honor him, if you show him, sacrifice yourself for him? You don't think the Lord's going to honor that? You got to believe and trust that. Have faith in yourself. So the Bible says to distribute thy inheritance at the end of thy days. Life insurance. Don't have anything in her name. That's what the Bible says. For you simp thinking otherwise, you weak, effeminate, sissy men that put your house in a woman's name, put your car, can't be me. Shut the hell up. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you like it is. I don't care if you're getting your feelings. Get away from it. I tell brothers. Didn't I tell you all the time? I don't want weak, simplified brothers around me because I will hurt your feelings. I said, you build them up. Then after a while, I said, that brother's emotional. Don't bring him around me. I said, I can't help it. I am who I am. I am that I am. I am whoever you say I am. Is there anything else on that? Give me Exodus chapter 20, verse 10. 21, verse 10.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall he go out free without money.
Without
then
what?
Shall she go out free without money.
She shall go free without money. There's no such thing as when you divorce or somebody goes out that she takes your money with her. Because why? What's the point of that? Because you're going to get with another man that's going to take care of you. So why does that man got to pay for you when you go out free when another man is going to take care of you? That makes no sense. And when he gets another woman, so he has to pay for you and her. And what if she divorces him and does the same thing? You know you're financially destroying that man and cripple him for being with another woman. That's why the Lord has that in place. Because more than likely, a woman is going to go with another man and being taken care of. Give me the next video.
Days we've been married, you haven't changed nothing into my name. You haven't put the house in my name, you haven't put the insurance in my name, and then you got like everybody else is on as a beneficiary.
I can't.
No,
you cannot be
saying on your brother.
What you just say?
You got both of them.
What you just say? Say that one more time. Say it again.
You heard what I said.
Talk about my mama again.
Yo, just say what her.
I want everybody to hear this.
She got somebody there to take care of her.
This who I married. This who I married 30 days ago.
No.
This who I married 30 days ago.
What's really taking you so long? Like 30 whole days, Deshaun. 30 whole days, and you still haven't put me on nothing? Like nothing.
It takes time to do all
like,
that,
it's
right?
like you're not even taking this marriage serious. It's like
You taking it too serious right now.
It's like you still attached to your
Hey, do you
like a little mama boy.
look, check me out. My little mama boy.
A little mama's boy.
Do you love me or you love the money? Which one what are you here for? What are you here for?
Listen, Like I said,
Oh, was you
I'm
on
not
TikTok or
interested-
something? What you on?
I'm not interested in nothing that you talking about right now because I don't even think you care about
Same
me.
woman.
Because what if you die? What if you die? What's gonna happen to me if you die? Who's gonna take care of me? Who's gonna take care of me? You told me when we got married
I know
that
she
you
ain't
was gonna do everything. You was gonna make sure I'm taken care of, and now I'm like second guessing everything.
You can't be serious right now.
It's those tears of mass destruction. Go on.
No, because you don't even love me. The Bible says when a man marries
How you gonna say that?
that he
I just told you what
leaves
the
his
Bible
wife
said.
and leave his mother.
The
Like,
Bible said,
what
let
is
the hoe
wrong
go
with
without no money. So that's it on that. And the Bible, brothers, the Bible's meant to protect you from these wicked women. There's no, like you said, there's a little wickedness, but to the wickedness of a woman, and you gotta understand the nature. And Satan used Eve. So you brothers up and coming, man, you brothers, I tell her, a woman could determine your prophetship. She could determine how far you go in the truth. If you pick the wrong woman, that'll be the end of your line. But now, go to Sirach chapter 9, verse 2. Sirach chapter 9, verse 2. You ask yourself, what was the purpose? He said, I just married you 30 days ago. Why are you going so hard for me to put your name on the title, put your name on the house, put your name on the car, put your name on my assets? What is your agenda? What are you trying to achieve within 30 days? What are you trying to hurry up? Because women, a lot of times, brother, they don't love you for you. They love you for your substance, because women naturally, by design, are meant to be provided for. That's why they look for some people that's taller, stronger, that has money, wealth, and power, because that's how God designed them to cleave unto the husband, to naturally the desire to be unto the man, to be ruled over. So she's naturally going to incline to that. But if you're not careful, if you don't do things the Lord has said to do, Satan could use that to cripple you. Don't allow Satan any passage to come into your marriage and to use the woman to get your things that you built, that you struggled, that you slaved over, to give it to somebody that just came in the picture. Read that.
Sirach chapter 9, verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall.
Read it again.
Give not thy soul unto a woman.
Don't give your soul. You know that your soul is your strength. You give your whole personality and your being to a woman. Give not thy soul unto a woman to do what?
To set her foot.
To set her foot, to have control over what?
Upon thy substance.
Upon thy goods. Upon your house, your car, your bank account. Don't give a woman your soul to set her foot. Once you set her foot, she has control over your substance, your wealth, your car, your assets. The Bible says don't do that. Always keep the preeminence. It's just like, yo, that's misogynistic. Why are you telling the man to do that? Yeah, it's like, they're supposed to be one. No help with that. I ain't listening to you. Shoot. I'd rather be God than woman. You must be out your damn mind. God said not to do that. I'm going to say that. God know what he made. Do you know how you were made? You better understand your nature. If you don't, I'm gonna show you your nature. I'm not putting anything on it. Either you're gonna stay with me,
right?
And what do you got to put on anything on anyway? I'm taking care of you. You don't pay for anything. So why do you want everything on? Why do you want your name on something that you're not paying for? That's mine, but you're gonna get at the end of my life. So it's your intention really to be with me until you die, until I die. If I die first, then you be taken care of. If that's your intention, is that not your intention? Do you have an ulterior agenda behind us being together? That's why Kanye said she want prenup. You got to sign it. Some brothers that have, Bishop said it, sign that prenup. Because a lot of sisters are coming in here that we don't know IUIC, that's coming here just for you men. And they're coming to destroy you. And when they come to destroy you, they want to keep us brothers in this captivity. They don't want to see the black man progress. They don't want to see us flourish. Some of them are enemies of Satan. And it's enemy, and then some of them are in alliance with the white man. Go on.
Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares.
Mm-hmm.
Use not
like Joe Smith. Don't meet with a harlot lest you fall into her trap. What do you think you was gonna get from a hoe? It's like you play with a snake, you get bit. What do you think was gonna happen with a snake? People put their head in a crocodile, their head in a crocodile's mouth. What do you think is gonna come out of that? He's gonna bite you. What do you think you do? You get with dealing for Yeah, put that on the screen. And look, and this guy had sex with her. And so he said, sorry, Joe. So this dude plugged her. And he tweeted it. So Cameron disrespect you. This guy's a simp too, because he allowed his wife to get banged out. So Cameron disrespect you. This dude plugged your wife. Yo, what does a man have to live after that? You're dead. You're dead. Keep going.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Listen. But the Bible says a woman that's a singer, she can sing that good tune. That's what the Bible says, close your ears. Don't be taken by attempts. So these are the things that can allure you. Go to Sirach chapter 42, verse 1. Okay. Yep, Sirach. Yeah.
Sirach chapter 42, verse 1. Of these things be not thou ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby.
Accept no person. Don't be ashamed of these things about to list, and accept no person to sin thereby by you. Go on.
Of the law of the Most High and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly.
So the laws of God and his covenant is to keep us to justify the ungodly. Go on.
Of reckoning with thy partners and travelers.
Of dealing with your partners and travelers, the Lord's going to help you. Go on.
Or of the gift of the heritage of friends. Of exactness of balance and weights.
Of exactness of balance and your business dealings. Always approach it. Let righteousness be approach all your thoughts. Go on.
Or of getting much or little.
Or getting much for your business or little of your business. So this is going to merchandise. Going to your business. Go on.
And of merchants in different selling.
Of merchants in a different sellings.
Of much correction of children.
Don't accept any person to sin thereby. And read that again.
Of much correction of children. And to make the side of an evil servant to bleed. Sure keeping is good.
Sure keeping is good. Meaning being circumspect or being aware of the funds, the money that you make from the businesses that you make, sure keeping is good. Being careful with your money is good. Go on.
Sure keeping is good where an evil wife is.
Where you have an evil wife, the Bible says to be sure keeping. Meaning to sure keep is to protect your assets. When you have an evil wife, don't give her access to your bank account. Don't give her access to your house. Sure keeping it good is good when you have an evil wife. Go on.
And shut up where many hands are.
And shut up your funds, your money, when you have many different hands. You mean your friends, your children. You have everybody that's trying to get a piece of your pot because of your wealth. You have many people, business and entrepreneurs or rich men, they don't give their kids or allow their kids access to the money. Because or some of them get a prenup because sure keeping is good. A prenup is sure keeping. Keeping your assets, your business, your finances away from an evil wife, away from your business partners, not telling your business, not having people pocket watch you, not giving your kids substance, all that. Go on.
Verse 7, deliver all things in number and weight.
That's it. So sure keeping is good, meaning being careful with your substance. Now go to... let's see. Go to, it gets late, so let me get close to end it. All right, now, go to 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 55. Brothers, we must practice abstinence. And those of you, like I said, I know it's late, so those of you that's still online, remember, if you have any questions regarding marriage, you have any questions regarding your relationship, you might be having troubles in the flesh. You might not know if what you're doing is incorrect, or you might not know if the husband, if he's supposed to be doing what he's doing. You might be looking for godly advice, counsel on how to deal with your children, how to deal with your spouse, how to deal with this different situations. For Man Up Monday, so next week, we're going to always start the class off with, we're going to pick out the questions, and we're going to answer it to give you guys godly counsels to your questions on Level Up segment of Man Up Monday. So that's going to be the first thing that we deal with. So submit your questions to IUIC.NewJersey at israelunite.org. Once again, you can submit your questions to iuic.newjersey@israelunite.org. If you want to go over self-improvement, how can you build yourself up? How can you overcome temptation, porn, alcohol, whatever the case may be? How to level up to become the best version of yourself. We have that segment of Man Up Monday, which is level up. All right? So submit your questions, and we'll answer it next week. Go on.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 55. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars.
And the faces of them that use abstinence. Can you get what abstinence means?
Abstinence. The fact or practice of restraining oneself from indulging in something, typically alcohol.
The fact or practice of restraining oneself, disciplining oneself, keeping yourself from something like alcohol, or not just alcohol, any type of temptation or covetousness you have. So anything from overindulging yourself or any type of lust, temptation, or addiction, abstinence. Go on. Now go to Titus chapter 2, verse 7. We must do better, brothers. We must build ourselves up to become better leaders. We cannot become good leaders, brothers, if we don't discipline ourselves. This is the condition of the battle. Know the nature that lies within us and that sinful nature within his flesh. That wicked seed that was sown from the beginning of our father Adam is the same wicked seed that's planted in us that we're going to be tested against, that we have to learn how to discipline and take full control over. We have to, brothers. And there's a way. Don't tell me that it's impossible to overcome. It's not possible, but we got to find the possible. It's not. We could overcome, but we have to learn how to practice abstinence. Read.
Titus chapter 2, verse 7. In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works, and doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity.
Sorry, Titus 2, verse 1.
Titus chapter 2, verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith.
Temperate, that's the word I want. Temperate. Look up temperate. Temperate.
Temperance. Abstinence from alcoholic drink. The quality.
So temperance is going to abstinence. Not just alcohol, but everything. Porn, overindulgence of sex, sex outside of marriage. Temperance, keeping yourself, restraining yourself. Go on. Weed, whatever.
The quality.
Disciplining yourself. The quality of what?
The quality of moderation or self-restraint.
The quality of moderation and self-restraint. And fasting helps you become moderate, to get control over your body, to discipline your flesh, not to allow a woman to manipulate you by using sex against you, to get you to give over your strength to her. Give me the video of Charles Manson. We're gonna end it here.
I hate all white people. White people are rotten. And black people are just like them. Because you've made them just exactly like you. They walk like you, they talk like you, everything they do is like you. They want to be you so much. They love your woman more than you do. They know your mind better than you. They wear your clothes. They've even learned to wear your shoes. You take them out of the jungle and you want to make them into a man. Why couldn't it be left to be God? Why do you want to make them into a man? In the jungle, they were God. Over here, everybody thinks they're old.
That's it. You know what he said? The white man took us to be made just like him. He said, why didn't you leave these black people alone? The jungle, he's talking about Africa. He says, why do you want to make them like you, like a man? He says, because in the jungle, which is Africa, he says they were gods. And this guy was a serial killer. But I'm telling you, these Edomites know. He says, play it again, play it again. They know, brothers, they know that we're gods of this earth. Whether you believe that and you know. Play it again.
Mind better than you. They wear your clothes. They've even learned to wear your shoes.
Play it again? Sorry, it's hard to hear.
You take them out of the jungle, and you want to make them into a man.
Yeah, from the beginning.
I hate all white people. White people are rotten.
He said white people
Black people are just...
He said white people are rotten and black people are what? We run just a little bit.
I hate all white people.
He said,
white people are rotten. And black people are just like them.
And black people are just like them. Go on.
You made them just exactly like them.
Because Esau made black people to be just like the white man. Go on.
They walk like you, they talk like you, everything they do is like you. They want to be you so much.
Go on.
They love your woman more than you do. They know your mind better than you. They wear your clothes. They've even learned to wear your shoes. You take them out of the jungle, and you want to make them into a man.
You took them out of Africa, and you want to make black people into a man. Go on.
Why couldn't it be left to be God?
Why couldn't you just leave these blacks, the Israelites, to left to be gods? The other nations know that. What will make him say that? Why would you leave these blacks alone to be gods? Go on.
Why do you want to make him into a man?
Why would you make him into a man? That's heavy. As crazy and diabolical this man was, a serial killer, he understands who we really are. Psalms 82 verse 6. He says, why would you want to make him like a man, like you? That's that envy that Esau had for Jacob. Cain for Abel. Why would you want to make him like God, like a man? Psalms 82 verse 6. They know.
Psalm chapter 82 verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
God says, I said, you are gods, what they know, and all of you are children of the Most High. Read on.
But you shall die like men.
But you shall die like men. Because when we was assimilated into America, we died like men. We became like that. We became Gentiles, and we became weakened. When we were left alone, we was keeping the commandments, we were gods on this earth. So it's time to man up and become the gods that we were and level up. So until next time, brothers and sisters, so we have, once again, sending your emails to iuic.newjersey@israelunite.org. Sending your emails to iuic.newjersey@israelunite.org for Man Up Monday for the segment of Level Up. If you want your questions answered, you want to level up, you want self-development, you want to improve, you need advice, righteous advice, your questions answered, relationship advice on your marriage, send in your emails, brothers and sisters, and in Lord willing, we will answer them. Shalom. Most High Christ bless you.
Making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs upon the corners, but the prophet says, so boy, you better. You've been making violence, killing brothers with your riders, selling drugs upon the corners, but the prophet says, so boy, you better.